Good morning, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. There will be no guttural yell today. There is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. San Diego Padres lose a game. It's the weirdest feeling that we've had all season. We're just not used to this. And dropping one, a heartbreaker to the Cubs last night.
Still haven't lost in regulation at home.
That's true. In regulation, we have not. Well, we're just going to keep grasping at straws, and then it'll find all the straws will be gone, and we will be strawless. But listen, man, tough game last night. Certainly, lots of opportunities. You do feel like even at your playing one of your worst games of the season, you're still right there. You're still right there to win that game. So. Going to flush it, going to move on. We will talk about it. We'll break it down. Definitely have some thoughts, definitely have some thoughts on the personnel of this team right now and what it looks like and how they're trying to keep it all together. But that's not for this segment. This segment is to get loose, have some fun, talk with the fellas, talk with you guys. If you've never listened to our program, my name is Stephen Woods. I am also known as San Diego's concierge. If you have any questions about anything, just fire them at me. Even though I've asked you not to, you're still doing it anyway. I got one the other.
Increased.
Since
You, like over the last couple of weeks, I'd say you really ramped up the pleading to stop asking you for stuff.
Yeah, right. And I've come on the air and I've told you guys.
You send us like 3 a day.
I told you guys some of the ones that I've been getting, and I do think, Paulie, that the number and the amount of them have increased. I think people are like, ha ha ha, San Diego's concierge, but they're not doing it to be mean. They're like, oh, he really will answer all my questions, I think.
I'm just confused as to why people would ask you, someone who notoriously likes to do nothing and stay home.
Correct.
Given the choice, you will always choose doing nothing and staying home over going out and doing things. Yet they ask you for advice about, where to get a good meal in Carlsbad or something. Yeah. It's like, he doesn't know. I mean, I'm the person you really should be asking these things.
That's true.
Then again, that I don't usually reply to your DMs on Twitter, so you've kind of forced to go to Woods.
Yeah, San Diego's concierge is a real thing, and it was funny because I got one the other day. I think it was on Friday, and he basically said, ha, 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 San Diego's concierge. And he said, anyway, my dad and I are coming to town. We're tier ones from somewhere. We're coming to town and staying downtown. Need a couple of really good breakfast spots, and I need some card shops. And I said, well, where are you staying? Always begin. Where are you staying?
So that's your first
one. I know. I think we know. But now he knows that I opened it and read it. So then I just ignored him if I don't say anything. So I said, look, I'm not a hobbyist, right? I don't collect cards. My kids get their baseball cards at Target. Okay, that's the extent of my card shop knowledge. I said, I don't eat breakfast much downtown, right? Like maybe ever. I said, but I love Hash House. It's a bit of an Uber ride, so go to Hash House a Go-Go. It's kind of a San Diego legendary place. It is a delicious breakfast.
Go to the Mission downtown.
The Mission,
Cafe 222. I mean, there's
there
some
you go.
Options
this is
down there.
This should be San Diego's You should be San Diego's concierge. So yeah, here's the new strategy. Tyler says, "Hey Woods, can you ask Ben?" So now I'll be San Diego's middleman instead of San Diego's concierge. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, this is great. Jeffrey says, someone needs to invent a website. You can type in what you're looking for, and then the website will tell you what to do and where to go.
Someone's going to make a fortune on that idea.
That's actually, Jeffrey, a gazillion-dollar idea. Here's what we'll do. We'll call it Google. Type it in a search bar. Yeah, I wrote him. I said, I really like Hash House. I haven't been there in a decade, but I love it. I would go there every weekend if I could. I would like a show breakfast at Hash House sometime. How about that? On like a Friday, we get out of here and head on down.
Why not?
All right, we can do that. It'd be really, really fun. So yeah, I'm sure there's tons of card shops down there.
Bring back Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, ask Jeeves.
We did get the old company email yesterday from Big Boss Michael saying, "Hey, Friday, in honor of Easter, the office will be closing for a half day.
Okay,
if you're not able to leave by noon or 1 o'clock, whatever it was, check with your manager and coordinate another time where you can leave early. That's our little reward. We've talked about it for, I don't know, how long we've been here? 6 years? We've talked about it for 6 years. Maybe we just cash in on that sometime next week or something. Just be like, hey, Adam, we're leaving at 8.
At 8, and we're going to go to Hash House.
Let Mike Schilt interview himself at 9 o'clock.
Hello? Y'all there? Hey, boys, it's Schilty. Hello. I'm out here in Houston. I can't get him. They ain't answering. Yeah, just let him.
How you doing?
Let him spin his wheels on the air for 15 minutes. Well, I'm 14, 59. All right, I'm done.
Set the automation to play the intro.
Yeah.
He just brings him on. Give him 15 minutes
of
open mic time for Mike Schilt.
Hello. It's Schilty. Y'all playing a prank on old Schilty? Hello. Bro, it'd be the best bit of all time. Just leave him there to rot. Was so good. So, yeah, I'm San Diego's concierge, Stephen Woods. Paul Reindl is our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
And Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. He joins us as well.
I'm worried that you're going to get us in trouble.
How so?
Well, we got an email this week from corporate, the legal department.
I didn't see anything.
I think everybody got.
Did everyone
email.
get it?
Did you miss this email? It was titled.
I do delete a lot of emails unread.
Reminder of Odyssey's marijuana advertising and content policy. And I wonder if we have been out of alignment with the standards of our company.
I just searched. I don't have that either.
Paulie doesn't have it either. Why do they only send it to me? Is it like, I need you, Ben, to mete out punishment for those two?
Everybody must get
Don't play that anymore.
Stoned. No, I don't know that we can play that anymore.
What's the thing? Did we get flagged by corporate?
Ganja, a.k.a. cannabis. Again, Paulie, I think you're
I didn't get this email, so I don't know what the rules are.
The good thing is we don't talk about weed. It's only him constantly
loose cannabis
talking about cannabis. It's just you.
I mean,
so that's why you got the email.
You tell me if we're violating the policy. You want me to read?
Yes, I'm dying to hear this email because I didn't get it.
Because of the continued illegality of marijuana under federal law, regardless of legalization efforts or laws in states or cities such as California, we as a company still cannot, 1, accept on any advertising for marijuana or for any business engaged in the growth, manufacture, import, possession, use, or distribution of marijuana. For example, dispensaries, grow houses, farms, etc. I think we're okay there. We haven't accepted any advertising.
Correct.
So I think we're good on number 1.
Free there.
All right, here's number 2. Broadcast content that promotes the possession, use, or distribution of marijuana.
No. Never.
I don't think so.
I think we're in the clear.
So
Paul and I are. I know that. Paul and I
guess
are.
There's a gray area here. I mean, what actually promotes the possession of marijuana?
Probably
ganja, a.k.a. cannabis.
Probably you singing "Everybody Must Get Stoned," telling every child out there that everybody must get stoned.
That's what I'm worried about.
Everybody must get stoned.
Like if I said I was using my vape pen last night and it was great, would that be like I don't even have a vape pen, but
allegedly.
Would that be in violation of our policy?
I don't know.
When Paulie comes up with his stoner questions that he texts us and we talk about them.
Expect some tonight, probably.
Yes. I love Paulie's high question.
Is that promoting the possession or use of marijuana? Should we always couch it in that? Of course, Paulie is dangerous to the populace for doing this.
But it's not. It's not. Anyway, let's talk about underdog. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here?
And then number 3, in any way facilitate the possession, use, or distribution of marijuana.
Yeah, we don't do that.
We're not drug dealers. I'm not a drug dealer.
I'm a concierge. I can probably point you in the right direction.
Well, you can't. Don't.
But I guess I'm not allowed to anymore.
Don't tell me where to find marijuana. Is basically what we're saying.
Okay.
Just
like if you were looking for marijuana, you can't ask me where can I get some?
Yeah, I can't go. Where could I find some marijuana? That would probably be in violation of our policy.
Okay. Well, I like to get it out so that we know I like to get all these out so now we know the right way to do it and to not do it.
Big bomber class before bossing on me head.
That's open to interpretation.
Yeah,
I think.
that's just
M.R.
That's M.R's beautiful music.
Enjoying the island lifestyle.
I have gone down some major M.R. Rabbit holes lately. He really had a viral smash with that song, Blank Turn Red. I can't talk about it. I can't say. That's one thing I know I can't say on the radio. So
that's the name of the song?
I believe it's
Wow.
Blank P Turn Red. And then he has new singles and stuff, but he always does the throw. It's like Chubby Checker in the twist. He mentions P Turn Red in every other song. You know how Chubby Checker does the twist? We'll twist again. We'll twist on a Monday.
Let's make it turn red again.
Make it turn red again next summer. Right. He's got all different iterations of it. And this is a new song, but I am going to reference Big Bomba Class and Make It Turn Red. So my wife will walk in the room and she'll just hear it like Big Bomba, and I'm just in this rabbit hole of M.R. He's my favorite human on the planet, other than you guys and my family.
Big Bomba Class before bossing on me head.
I love him so much. I will be when I go to England in July. I will be seeking him out. I know he lives in England.
How do you spell Big Bomba Class?
BIGBOMBACLAST. Big Bomba Class. Class. Yeah.
Big Bomba Class.
Yeah. Big Bomba Class.
Big Bomba Class.
So I've been on the
Big Bomba Class before bossing on me head.
I love him. I love him so much.
What's the second line?
How about this? Ben deciphers M.R.
Yeah. There we go. Try this.
Big Bomba Class before bossing on me head.
Big Bomba Class.
Again?
Yeah, one more time, please.
Big Bomba Class before bossing on me head.
Big the boss of Nanine.
Close. Chris says it's Jamaican. That's not how it's spelled.
It's Bomba Clot.
Bomba Clot. Yeah, CLAT. I'm
Bomba
sorry.
Clot.
Yeah, Big
Bomba Clot.
Yeah, that's right.
You have to. Okay, Big Bomba Clot.
Yeah.
And what's the second line though? Do we have it written out anywhere? Is there a
Big Bomba Class before bossing on me head?
Bomba Clot. Chris, call in 833-288-0973 instead of just red penning us in the chat. Just call in.
Big Bomba Clot. Spliff a bus in a me head.
Spliff a bus in my head.
Spliff a bus in me head.
Yep. Oh, that was fantastic.
Big Bomba Class before bossing on me head.
Yeah, it's great.
Spliff a boff. Spliff a. Sorry, what is it again?
Spliff a bus in a me head.
Spliff a bus in a me head.
Big Bomba Class before bossing on me head.
I don't hear head.
I could do this all day. I can do it. I can do it for the next hour. Ed. Head is Ed. Ed. Yeah.
Spliff a bus in a
Spliff
a bus in me head.
Yeah.
Big Bomba Class before bossing on me head.
I'm the Ed.
Ed.
Like Ed McCaffrey.
Like get you. Yes, if it helps you. Ed, get your Ed right. Get your Ed right on a Wednesday.
I'm actually looking at the lyrics.
Spliff a bus in on me head.
Spliff a bus in a me head.
It's kind of eye-opening. It's a very different song.
Yeah.
When you read
the
words, it's filthy.
It's absolutely disgusting.
That
actually.
drop that I've played now 15 times this morning might be the only 2 seconds of the entire song that we can play.
It absolutely is. Trust me.
Every single other line has the F word,
the P word.
It's
disgusting. It's a disgusting song. But I really appreciate his artistry more than almost anyone. I listen to an ungodly amount of M.R. at home.
Mr. Odyssey is probably not all that happy with this segment.
That's all right. I mean, won't be the first time. Hopefully it's not the last
hopefully not.
Hopefully our key cards work tomorrow.
Yeah, no kidding.
Again, we are not, once again, advocating for the usage, promotion, distribution, or sales of marijuana in any way on this program.
Never will.
In the state of California,
right.
it is legal to do so.
Correct.
Because of federal policy, and who knows, we may have people listening to us in Oklahoma.
That's true.
Where policies may not be quite so open. We are not advocating for any of that.
No.
We're just having fun.
That's exactly right. I don't know where to go from there.
Well, we can probably talk some Padres and
Yeah.
stuff. Do the whole show thing as it were coming up here. We have well, you know what we can do? When we come back, we can pay off the incorporator from yesterday.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Let's do that.
I like to do that early so I don't forget about it. Jesse asked to incorporate our phrase hot beef into last night's broadcast, and he successfully did so. So we'll play the clip for you. Coming up in our next segment, we will set the menu for a Wednesday, a Big League Wednesday edition of Ben and Woods. I can tell you we'll have Brett Boone, Odyssey MLB insider. He is also subject to Odyssey's marijuana policy.
Yes, he is.
We can remind.
I bet he takes it really seriously.
Can remind Brett not to step out of line while he makes his appearance on our program later this morning, and let you know what else we've got coming up for you here on a Wednesday edition of the show. We'll get some traffic with Kelly Danick, and then we'll move on from this segment on to other things next year.
That sounds good to me. Woodsy, big up myself, my G, man. Fully active, my bro. Happy birthday, family.
Thank you, buddy.
When Woodsy was red.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Have a good one, my bro. That's for myself, M.R., Ben, and Woods. When Woods does red.
Seems like a happy fella.
I love him. His voice makes me feel good inside.
It's like if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. I love him so much.
All right, we will be back next. Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, speaking of all this, sometimes, I don't know, maybe your mouth gets really dry. Some people might call it cotton mouth. Maybe you go to your faucet and turn on your faucet and you have delicious Eco Water pouring out of it. There's nothing better than this jug of Eco Water that I carry with me literally everywhere I go. They've been keeping water soft in San Diego since 1925 when they patented the first self-regenerating water softener. Still leading the way today. It's not just about how good the water tastes, too. It actually protects a lot of your appliances, your plumbing, your water heater. If you ignore that, a whole home repipe could cost you up to $24,000. That's why one of the reasons why we got Eco Water SoCal. But I'm going to be honest with you. It's the taste. It is bottled quality water straight from your tap. If you want an upgrade, Eco Water's alkaline filters take hydration to the next level. We've got the unit in our home. The whole family loves it. We're obsessed with it. We will never get rid of it. Clean water deserves clean air. Eco Water SoCal also has state-of-the-art air purification that removes 99.99% of pollutants. So now we've got pure water, fresh air, and a happy family, all thanks to Eco Water SoCal. Get a free in-home water test today. Try the Soft Life and alkaline water for just $9.95 a month, 760-350-3338. Or, very simple, to go to ecowatersocal.com, set up an appointment, tell them Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Actually, I had a lot of fun in that segment. That was a lot of fun. I needed that.
Well, you try to keep things light after a setback like last night, so we'll get to our Padres wrap up. And there were a lot of moments that we can discuss in that game yesterday, places where the Padres could have come through but didn't come through. It was as you said, though, certainly a toss-up of a game. Could have gone either way.
Oh, yeah.
All the way to the end.
Oh, yeah.
And just didn't go the Padres' way for once. We're so used to the games going
we really are
the Padres' way. It's almost shocking when in a very normal turn of events in a baseball game, things didn't go your way. Runners in scoring position didn't work out for you last night, but we will talk about it coming up. First, though, let's get to the Incorporator. We had Jesse Agler on every Tuesday and give him his Incorporator word or phrase. And yesterday, Paulie, if you could set it up for us, that became the origin for where beef was like a disagreement or a grudge between people, between the thieves and the vendors. They had beef, and it was hot beef. So for your Incorporator for tonight's game against the Chicago Cubs, Jesse, you have to work in hot beef somewhere into the chuckle. The broadcast.
The chuckle gets me every time.
The story sounds absolutely made up, but
ludicrous.
I love
Might
it.
be.
It sounds ludicrous.
All right, so
where did it take long?
Where did you get this in?
My phone blew up, by the way, after this happened. I believe it was in the bottom of the second inning, and I got like 5 or 6 messages in a row, all with the same sentiment of, if I hadn't listened to your guys' show, I would have known, because you don't really hear hot beef in a broadcast, but Correct. It was so seamless. He is just so good. So this is bottom of the second last night. Iglesias at the plate.
Jake, of course, went to the IL after he was hit by a pitch the final game at Wrigley against these guys. Ben Brown caught him right in the ribs. And he found out later he actually had a broken rib. Here's the 0-1. Iglesias takes right down the middle for strike 2. And I'll admit, I was curious if there might be a beef that carried over to this series after Cronenworth had to go to the IL with that injury. Not a hot beef, just a regular, simmering beef. But no sign of that at all.
Unbelievable.
And, of course, the funny part of that is it was last Tuesday when Jake took that swing that eventually put him on the injured list that he got was working on last week's Incorporator, and now he ties it into Jake again this week.
Brilliant. And somebody just pointed out we are 0 for 2 on Incorporator Tuesdays with the San Diego Padres. So that's not a trend I'd like to see continue.
No, they did win the first. We're 1 for 3.
Oh, it was he did it.
He did Savvy B in the first one, and they did win that game against the Guardians on a Tuesday.
That is
they're 1 and 2.
333. No, 1 for 3 is 333.
Correct. Yeah. Which is a bad winning percentage for a team that otherwise is 12 and 2 on the season. You
guys know me. If we start losing on Incorporator Tuesdays, we bang the Incorporator. All right. So if this trend continues in about 6 weeks, it's over.
Our 2025 Tuesdays, the 2024 Sundays.
Sundays. Oh, Maron. Remember that? I would stop watching games on Sunday because I literally knew the outcome. I knew exactly what was going to happen. Ben and Woods would come in here every Monday and go, well, lost again. I mean, didn't we lose like 19 straight Sundays?
It was not 19
It felt
Sundays,
like it.
No.
It absolutely felt like it.
It was not. But
I said it in the
There was
open.
a definite trend during the summer of Sunday losses leading to Monday losing shows in the morning.
Yeah. I said it again. We did not play particularly crisp, clean baseball last night and let a lot of opportunities slip through our fingers and still had an opportunity to win that game. As pointed out in the chat just now by Bill, Cubs were horrible with runners in scoring position last night. 14 left on.
Cubs played the exact same game as the Padres.
They pretty much did. Yeah. It was mirror
opportunities.
Yep.
Couple of mistakes that were costly early in the game. They just simply
Padres
came through in the extra inning.
0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They were 1 for 14.
And that was the last.
And that was the
triple.
That was a triple
in the 10th inning.
Yep.
In which they were gifted a runner in scoring position to get that one.
We'll talk. Let's break down because there are, and there always are positives. And I know Mike Schilt took some positives from last night's game, and I think I did too from watching it. And obviously Randy Vasquez is a positive, and we can talk about that. Certainly, I look forward to it.
All right, we will have Brett Boone, our Odyssey Insider, joining us at 8:35 this morning. All of our regular features. Don't do this. Take on Woods, our rival report in our 9 o'clock hour. But let's take time out because I want to get to the Padres wrap up, and we will talk about last night's game in depth, in detail, coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But first, let's talk about Underdog. One of the best places to make picks during the basketball playoffs with their extender promo. With the extender, you can play your way to increasingly bigger boosts each round of the playoffs. You start a playoff series by using your game one boost. Then you continue boosting each subsequent game to unlock the next one. Longer the series, the bigger the boost. Underdog is the leading place to make all your sports picks. You can now play right here in our state of California. All you have to do is download the app, choose whether a player will go higher or lower on their stats like points, assists, rebounds, and more. Very, very simple to do. Having a lot of fun playing it. You can mix and match different sports as well. I've been playing some baseball, higher or lower, every single night. It's a blast. So download the Underdog app, sign up using the promo code WOODS, my last name, WOODS, to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Promo code is WOODS. Must be 18 and over, 19 and over in Alabama, Nebraska. Present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms do apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/extend.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
This segment of Atlanta Woods is brought to you by Robert Half. At Robert Half, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why the recruiter's expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today. Now, Padres had the talent to win last night, just not the execution. We will discuss it with our highlights, our Padres wrap-up right after this check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Islands Restaurants. Couple stalled vehicles to watch out for. One is a motorcycle eastbound 8 before West Main Street's over the right shoulder, and southbound 15 before Via Rancho Parkway. Got a stalled car in the center divide. Ready for delicious escape? The new Islands Restaurants $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
Oh, a shame indeed.
I couldn't agree more.
Here are the lowlights from yesterday's game.
What the heck happened?
Are you kidding me?
Can't even believe it.
It's the Padres
Crap up.
presented by Hamul Casino. Things are about to get real with the all-new Hamul Casino Resort with gorgeous rooms and exciting new eats and drinks. It gets real this summer at Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the bump and figure it out.
Now the pitch. And he swings, hits it in the air, deep to left field. This one way back, gonna go! The most predictable yet unpredictable game in the world. The Cubs dropped 2 foul pops in this at-bat, and the baseball gods reward the Padres with Manny Machado's second home run of the season, and it's 1-0 here in the 5th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Birdie hits it on the ground to first base. Arise has it coming home. Long throw. The tag is in time. Horner out at the plate, and this time Luis Arise gets his man 2 away. Adrian dangling that left arm. Now he comes set and ready. 0-1. The pitch again squares the bunt. Gets it down fair by first. Arise tried to come home, bobbled it, lost it. Everybody's safe, and the game is tied as Swanson scores. Luis, I think, had a real shot at Swanson, and he got to the spot. He aggressively charged, but he just had some trouble getting the ball out of his glove. 2-0, the pitch. Horner swings, laces it into right center field. That's going to give him the lead for the first time tonight. Splits the gap, rolls all the way to the base of the wall. Swanson scores easily. Horner racing to third. No chance to get him there. It's an RBI triple for Nico Horner, and the Cubs in front 2-1. First pitch to Arise, lefty to lefty, hit in the air to left center field. It'll be Happ coming in from left to make the catch, and the ball game is over. The Cubs become the first team to beat the Padres at Petco this year. 2-1 the final in 10.
Very well pitched game. Yeah, Vasquez was really good again. He threw the ball exceptionally well. Their guy was good. Pitchers duel. Bullpens were good. They were able to execute in the extra innings with the runner at second, and that turned out to be the difference.
Yeah, that guy has been good twice against the Padres this season. Shota Imanaga doesn't doesn't throw particularly hard, but man, he puts it where he wants to most of the time. Lots of corners, pitched well again. Padres made him work, got him to 93 pitches after 5 innings, and I was feeling pretty good at that point because Cubs bullpen has not been great. Padres torched him in game 1, but their bullpen was really good last night too. As Mike Schultz said, it was a well-pitched game. I thought Randy Vasquez was terrific.
He was, man.
He did give up 7 hits, but there were some soft singles in those 7, and he did not walk the house as he did the last time he faced the Cubs. Did walk Justin Turner twice, but there were some close pitches on those as well. And you keep getting that out of Randy Vasquez, you're going to be very happy with the end results, I think, at the end of the season.
No question about it. No question about it, Benny. He was pretty outstanding last night. And again, what have we been saying about really all the starting pitchers? Try to keep this team in a ball game, and let's see what happens. And, also we're not going to win every single game. We knew that. It was a tough one, to lose 2-1 last night, especially with the opportunities that you had early. When you loaded the bases against Imanaga and Manny goes down. And I thought I saw a lot of consternation about Manny missing a couple of belt high fastballs. Sure. I think Manny, given the chance again, does not miss those, but again, with Imanaga, they talked a little bit about it on the broadcast too. With the way that he pitches, that 91 looks like it's about 97 because he's got that splitty that he can throw, and it starts down the middle. It looks like a heater, and you think you're on it. You think, I've got it. This is the splitty, and it, doesn't split, stays straight, and now it's 91, and now it's by you. That's exactly what happened to Manny, and Xander came up right after that with a chance to do some 2-out damage and didn't get the job done either. But, I thought uncharacteristic. Actually, no. Kicking the ball around is maybe really the only weakness of this team, I think, this year. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple of errant throws, kicking it around just a little bit. It's been probably more than Mike Schilt and the guys would have expected this early in the season, but it is early in the season. They're kind of ironing out things. I thought the play Estrada made up the middle, a good throw. That's an easy double play. He hits Xander in the chest. That is a absolute 1-6-3 no-brainer, out by 10 feet, double play. Didn't happen. Estrada ended up getting out of that inning, pitched his ass off to clean up his own mess. So that's encouraging, but I think Vasquez was the story. And then obviously the weirdest thing I've ever, one of the weirdest things I've ever seen on a baseball field. Can't recall a time that Manny Machado's home run after 2 foul pop-up drops. I have never seen anything like that in my life. A 9-pitch at bat, Manny Machado takes it yard after getting 2, not 1 new life, but 2 new lives. It just doesn't happen at that level.
And Jesse said something along the same lines during the highlight, but it's like the most unpredictable and also the most predictable. Correct. All at the same time.
Yeah, Jesse almost called it because I was looking for it too. I mean, you get 2 extra chances.
2 lives. It's the way this game works. You walk a guy, usually comes back to bite you. And you have an error, it comes back to bite you.
I mean, karmically, you felt like, of course, Manny's going to hit a home run here after he gets 2 extra chances. And he did, which is still absolutely amazing. And I'm pretty sure I've never seen that. 2 drop pop-ups in the same at-bat and then a home run. I mean, it's possible. It's never happened in baseball history. I mean, there's so much baseball history.
So much.
That, I guess in all those years, probably once it did, but if they have records of it, no one was able to come up with another example of it. You mentioned the 3rd inning, though, when they didn't cash in.
Yeah.
And then the 4th inning where they get 2nd and 3rd and 1 out and just are unable to get the runner home from 3rd.
Yep.
It's just, I think that's where the game was really decided. More than in the extra innings.
Sure.
It was really that 2nd and 3rd inning. Cubs had their chances, too, where they loaded the bases, and Randy Vasquez got some flyouts with Michael Busch, dangerous hitter up, and was able to get out of some jams. The hitter was the final total with runners in scoring position was 1 for 21 between the 2 teams.
Yeah, great.
Not good.
Excellent execution, fellas.
Not good
but again,
from either side.
Credit to the pitchers, credit to the pitching staff, credit to the bullpen, credit to Vasquez. They're trying to get you out too. And they did a really good job of it last night on both sides. And again, I think your game plan was right. I didn't love Schilt bringing him back out for the 6th, and 2 quick hits, and they're in business there. You've got this bullpen. They are pretty rested. I was a little surprised by that move. Other than that, man, just kind of felt like wasn't your night. Weren't able to capitalize in big moments.
I thought it wasn't wrong to bring him back out. He had thrown so few pitches and was starting to head toward the bottom of the order one time. He had already gotten through Tucker. I thought, all right, you've done that. Yeah, see if he can get through 6 because he had been pitching so well. So
they said, yeah, he would love to get him through 6 tonight. Yeah, sure. I would love it. I would have loved it too. But you did end up giving it right back there in that inning. So you've got that bullpen. You've got a 6, 7, 8, 9.
And by the way, on the Arise with the bunt play by Pete Crow Armstrong, the safety squeeze.
Oh my God!
I don't think they would have gotten him at the plate.
Same.
I think he was going to try. Had he not bobbled it, he would have tried to get him at the plate, and he would have been safe anyway. So I don't think the result would have been any different. And then Morahone still got out of that jam. Without allowing any other runs. That was a really nice job by Adrian Morahone.
And it was a really nice job by Pete Crow Armstrong getting that bunt down in a perfect spot. You're not getting him at first, by the way. He flies, and it would have had to be such an unbelievable play at the plate. Probably would have been reviewed and probably would have been safe. The play that Arise followed it up with was spectacular. The backhand short hop, the absolutely perfect throw to Maldonado at home to nail the runner was spectacular from Luis Arise. Credit where credit is due. But yeah, man, you look at the lineup. You lost by 1 run. So you look at the lineup. You saw a couple of not great ABs. Oscar Gonzalez, kind of. I love his raw power and all the tools that he has. He's wheels off up there at the plate right now. Looks a little bit jumpy, kind of swinging at everything. Obviously, not the debut Connor Joe would have liked to have last night, staring at pitches in a big spot. But listen, man, I still have a lot of belief in this team based on what they've shown me so far this year.
Well, let's talk about the 10th inning in a little more detail. So it's 1-1. Cubs have the free runner out at second base, and the Padres go with Yuki Matsui, who we talked about yesterday, has not appeared in a game in almost Friday was the last time he had gotten in, and felt like even longer. And so I was worried that there might be a hint of rust as he came out there, and he showed that right away by forgetting his pitch comp, which is not a crime, but resulted in a disengagement. Like the umpires,
mound visit.
Yeah, mound visit. He was flustered. I think just a bit.
It speeds up an already tense situation.
Right, and he throws 2 balls, so he's behind in the count. Has to come into Horner and puts one, high in the zone that Horner, makes a nice swing at and drives a triple into the gap. So the run's already in, and now you're facing what you really don't want to do. It's okay if you give up the run at second base. I never expect the reliever to come in and hold that runner at second.
I'm with you.
If you do,
great.
I feel like, okay, you've probably won the game for our team. If you just allow the 1 run, though, all right, well, that's kind of what the expected result is. And for Matsui to bounce back and then keep the runner at third by getting a pop out and 2 strikeouts, I thought he did an outstanding job there in the 10th inning. And when that inning ended and it was still 2-1, I felt fairly confident the Padres were going to come back and win that game in the bottom of the inning. So the Padres bat in the bottom of the 10th. Jose Iglesias is the free runner out at second base. You mentioned Connor Joe's at-bat. First at-bat with his hometown team. Got called up, had a day to get his feet wet, but this is his first time up there. Yeah, it went probably like he goes in your nightmares.
Yeah.
He took 2 big yakking curveballs from Thielbar. Really nasty pitches. Curveballs on the corner. I don't know that you really want to swing at those on the first 2, but he's behind 0-2. Then takes a fastball just off the inside corner. Okay.
I mean, his job in that, and he knows his job. His job is just to get Iglesias to third. That's it, man. You got to get him over. You got to get him over so you can get him in, tie the ball game.
Yeah, and then takes the fastball off the inside corner, then gets almost the exact same pitch, so he takes it again thinking it's a ball, but this time it nicks the corner. Right calls both times, and he's out without swinging the bat, which is a real bummer. But then Iglesias, with Elias Diaz pinch hitting for Maldonado, takes off for third. Nice job, because they were watching him pretty closely. They'd stepped off a couple of times. I mean, they were paying attention to him. Hadn't forgot about him, and he stole it rather easily, which gets him to third, still with 1 out, chance to score the run. Now, here was the Here was the decision of the game. Diaz up, Iglesias at third. Do you put the contact play on or not?
I feel like the contact play is always on. And for whatever reason, it was not here.
Well,
or maybe that was just his read.
I don't know if Jose commented after the game or anyone asked Schilt about it, but Diaz hits a chopper back toward the mound. Iglesias freezes, which I think is not the wrong instinct, because if the pitcher gets it, you're absolutely a dead duck, and your tying run at third is now erased.
But the contact play is the contact play. Contact means you go on contact.
But even if he started like one step, he might have thought, oh, I better stop, just because where it was heading. I have no idea. But he tips it, and then it goes straight out to Horner at second base. Now, had he been going off contact, would he have made it home? It still got to the second baseman, who was playing in rather quickly. I have no idea whether he would have made it or not in that situation.
Now, again, was talking to a buddy about this. Nico Horner has he's one of the most elite defenders as far as his range goes, but as far as his arm goes, he's one of the worst, has one of the worst arms. If that ball gets cleanly over that pitcher's glove, I think he goes. But I do think when he saw him make an attempt and it hit, I think he was in no man's land.
You don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
So as soon as you see the ball hit the glove, you have to make that decision. And I think he made the right decision.
Yeah. I mean, again, you also have to remember who's coming up after you, right? We got some pretty good hitters coming up after us.
Potential MVP and the best contact hitter in the game.
Correct.
Right behind
so
him.
I'll take my chances there. I'm not going to roast Iglesias over the goals. I would like to ask Mike Schilt, and I wonder.
By the way, nobody asked Schultz about that.
I wonder if he'll tell us, because we're talking to him on Friday. How do you decide when to put the contact play on? How many times do we watch a game? It's the third inning, runner on third. They hit the infield's in, and they hit that squibber to second, and the guy gets thrown out by 10 feet because the contact plays on, right? In a case like last night, you really need that run. When do you decide? Contact play is on, contact play is off, use your best judgment. How does that work?
That's a playoff game. Is it on?
I don't know.
Or is it
I have no idea.
Not on?
Is it extra innings you want to, or is it late? Put it on, or put it on early and see if we can steal a run.
Depend on who's up next, as you guys said, with Tatis coming up. So then he's up.
You don't want to run into a easy out at home with Tatis coming up.
But then again,
they're going to put
Tatis can score you from anywhere.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that they threw to him at all. They tried 2 pitches, both pretty well off the plate, and then just decided to intentionally walk him. It's that situation where if I was a Cubs fan, I would be screaming, don't throw to this guy. Just walk him. I know he's the winning run. Just walk him. Don't let him swing. I'll take my chances with a rise. He's probably not going to hit a home run. At worst, he gets the single. You tie the game. You live to fight for another batter. So when they walked Tatis, I was bummed. I figure if I was a Cubs fan, I'd be very happy.
Oh, yeah, you got to do it.
And it's not that I was unhappy to see a rise up. I thought, great chance here to at least tie the game. And if he does find a gap, Tatis is going to score easily from first, and they're going to win. Of course, Louis didn't get the job done this time and hits one to left field. But, I liked his approach, attack something quickly, go the other way. He gets that for a single all the time and could have tied the game and brought Manny up with a chance to win it. Didn't work out.
I'm interested to see what the lineup looks like today. I don't know how much you can continue to run Yuli Gurriel out there as your designated hitter. I just don't. I understand having to run Maldonado and Diaz out there. That's what you got. Those guys are catching, and they've done a really good job behind the dish for the pitching staff. You heard Michael King praising Elias Diaz the other night. Maldonado, I think, has been way better than expected. But as far as your designated hitter, you want your designated hitter to have some hit tools. Some would be great. He's got a WRC plus, weighted runs created plus of 34 right now. But he's striking out 33% of the time. With runners on base, a little bit better, but 528 OPS right now, that's not going to cut it for a designated hitter.
Melissa wants to know, when does Jackson come back?
We do have thank you, Saul. We do have a problem.
We can give you an update on that. Also, we got a shout out to his family to get to start hour number 2 of Ben and Woods. Coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan. Padres need a good one from Nick Pivetta this afternoon.
Yeah, buddy.
Rather important game. I mean, it's April, but this one will decide the season series. Cubs win, they win the season series. Would have any tiebreakers that came into play at the end of the year. If Padres win, they split the season series 3-3, and I don't even know what the next tiebreaker would be, but at least the Padres would be eligible for it later in the year. If it comes down to that for a wild card spot or home field advantage in a series in the postseason, yeah, big-ish game for the San Diego Padres. Plus, you're about to go on a tough two-city road trip to Houston and Detroit, and you'd like to get a win, not going into it with a 2-game losing streak. So,
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I think this is an important getaway day game for the San Diego Padres.
I like the boys on a happy flight, all dressed up in their swag, walking out with their beers or whatever. I love those pictures, love those videos.
They'll do that even if they lose.
That's true, but I like the happy flight post-game beer pictures when they're all swagged out.
Yeah.
That makes me very.
And
they
won't post them if they lose. They
don't. I thought they did.
I don't think they do.
I thought they do on the
getaway. It's only in the
getaways.
happy flight.
Okay,
days.
all right, happy flight.
They just had a lot of happy flights last year, so you got a lot of those pictures. Cubs are also hoping for a happy flight, though. So 1:10 first pitch today. Sammy will have your Eco Water SoCal pregame show at 12:10. I do think, and had the question, when is Jackson Merrill going to return? I do think the Padres have a really good chance of winning that game if they were healthy. If they had a longer lineup with Jackson Merrill and Jake Cronenworth, more guys who have a chance to drive in runs in those situations, I really do like the Padres' chances. Unfortunately, based on the pregame update from Mike Schilt, even though Jackson Merrill is eligible to come off the injured list on Friday,
not happening.
Doesn't sound like it's happening. Here's the skipper from yesterday.
What's the latest on Merrill and what he's doing and progressing toward?
He's getting to a point now where he can do some dribbling, which is not with the basketball, which is from where I'm come from in North Carolina, what that would mean. But on the rehab side, he's doing some things that allows him to move around a little bit more. He's doing some stuff in the pool, a lot of good recovery, techniques that he's, as we would expect, doing very well and intently. And he's starting to do like a little bunting. He's doing some baseball activity in that regard to keep his, timing down with his eyes and work on some of his craft. And he's been able to progress to a little bit more strengthening.
All right. So that doesn't sound great. Those hammies they're just so tender. They're just tender.
That sounds like at least another week.
At least.
Maybe not until after the next road trip. So I had to look it up. So what is dribbling? And
when you let water dribble out of your mouth.
Or when you bring the basketball up the court against a defender. But no, dribbling rehabilitation focuses on regaining lost skills or building new ones through focused drills and practice, often after an injury or a period of inactivity. So it's a rehab.
Dribbling.
It's a rehab term that I was unfamiliar with.
I have never heard that either.
I had not either. But
what would it look like?
Apparently the trainers use that. Well, I think like going up and bunt, as he said, he did some bunting so he could keep his, his hand-eye skills, watching the baseball, keep those skills sharp while he's recovering from his injury. Even though he can't do, quick twitch, hamstring running, he can do some other things, some dribbling rehabilitation to stay in as close to form as he can when he gets back.
Okay.
So that's what that meant. But I got the same sense that you did. Not going to see Jackson in the Houston series, probably, maybe not even on the road trip at all. Cross your fingers that he'll be back for the next homestand. But it definitely, it's a real impact to lose a player like Jackson Merrill in your lineup with, the not great choices of Yuli Gurriel, Connor Joe, Oscar Gonzalez is yet to, really make a huge impact offensively. The bottom of the lineup is starting to be a soft spot for the San Diego Padres at this point.
Even the top of the lineup was a bit of a soft spot last night. Xander was a bit of a soft spot last night. Man, he did have the bomb, but
he only had 5 hits. The whole lineup was a soft spot last night.
The entire soft spot lineup last night. When do we go to Detroit? That would be
Monday.
Oh, it's Monday.
Well, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think they have off days Thursday and Monday coming up, and
it's actually going to be
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
No, they play Monday.
Oh, it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Off Thursday, and then 3 in Houston, 3 in Detroit, off Thursday, and then back home to take on the Rays.
Okay, so
the next Monday they're off before the Giants come to town for a two-game series.
Ooh, that's what I was looking at.
The weather actually looks fairly nice in Detroit. Like I was thinking, if Jackson Merrill is okay by the weekend, you don't want to run him out there in 42-degree weather, but it's like in the 60s. It's not great. It's not great at all. I probably wouldn't risk it right now, but it's all dependent on what Jackson is feeling and how he's, if he's good to go. Yeah, like you said, eligible to come off Friday, probably not going to happen.
All right, we'll get back to the Padres a little bit later in this hour after DDT, but I did want to take a moment because, you know me, I was a giant game show fan growing up. I watched as many game shows as anyone, and got that. My grandfather, Dr. Curlin, he was also a big game show watcher.
I think all of our grandparents
were they?
Every one of them. I lived on game shows, and
I liked them all. He liked the smart ones. He was a really obviously smart guy, so he enjoyed Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, the ones with the puzzles and the games, and he did the crosswords and stuff. But it was always on when I went to my grandparents' house, and then I just carried that through. So every night I turn on whatever game shows were on, and
it's time for What's This Song? And here's the star of the show, Win Martindale.
Thank you, and good morning, everybody.
Absolute favorites was Tic-Tac-Toe, with the dragon and the boards and the questions, and Wink Martindale, who was as smooth as anyone hosting game shows with the perfect quaff and always the quick retorts and interviewing the contestants and coming up. He was really fantastic. And of course, even Lil Ben was always, in game show host mode. So
always.
I remember my grandmother and my mom would go, "Oh, our little Wink Martindale over there."
They would call you Little Wink Martindale.
Little Wink Martindale growing up. So yesterday.
Better than Little Winky Martindale.
Welcome to our show. The country's in debt. You're probably in debt. But most importantly, our three players, Sue, Gary, and Heather, have come to us with their real-life debt. And one of them just might be lucky enough to get out of it by the end of the show.
You remember that show, Debt, on the Game Show Network? So you'd start like, my credit card bills total $2,872. So on your score, it would be negative $2,782. And you were trying to get up to zero. And if you won, the show would pay your debt off and zero it out at the end of the show. That was debt. But Tic-Tac-Toe was always my favorite. A simple X, 3 in a row wins the board. Avoid the dragon in the bonus round and win extra cash. And it was one of my favorites. And yesterday, Wink Martindale passed away. He was living in the desert, retiree, battled lymphoma, I think, the last year of his life. Said he was doing pretty well until the last couple of weeks, and then passed away yesterday. So
91 years old, by the way. That is a total hat tip. That is a great life.
He started, I learned more about Wink yesterday. Started as a radio DJ.
Yep.
In his career, a number of different stations. Got to interview one of the first Elvis Presley interviewers.
Friends with Elvis. His wife previously dated Elvis Presley. And they all became friends, which is pretty amazing. So, yeah, man, great life. Life well lived. 91 years old, but you know how we do it on this program.
And I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So, shout out to his family.
By the way, his given name wasn't Wink.
No.
Winston Conrad Martindale.
Rest in peace, sir.
Shout out to his family.
Shout out to your family.
Yeah. Did you ever watch game shows? Were you
at all?
I
mean, I watched Wheel of Fortune like crazy. Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy. I love Jeopardy. Grew up watching Price is Right at my grandparents' house. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, and they always had Wheel of Fortune or Price is Right on. I liked Price is Right.
Anything that
Bob Barker was like the grandfather for every sick child staying home.
Yep. I mean, there was definitely a few days where I rarely missed school, but when I did, it was mostly so I could watch Price is Right at 10 a.m.
I like Family Feud a lot. And you know what I liked when it came out was Deal or No Deal. I thought that was a really fun game. I thought it was a blast. They have it at Dave & Buster's where you play for tickets now. And Bo loves it. So we'll go play Deal or No Deal. And he's very quick to take the first deal that he gets. He gets very nervous about pushing the envelope, which is good. I need, my kids not to push the envelope like their old man did. Just take your money and get out. Take it and get out.
I loved anything in which a wheel was spun for prizes. So Wheel of Fortune, the the bonus wheel on Price is Right.
I always wondered how heavy that thing was. I wanted to always give it a rip when I was a kid.
Ask Ryan Cohn.
Oh yeah, Ryan Cohn was on there. I would like to see how.
I loved how Bob Barker would make fun of the people who couldn't get it all the way around.
get all the way around.
But he would help, like when the old ladies would come up, he'd give them a little help to try to get it all the way around because it doesn't count if you didn't get it all the way around.
Remember Richard Dawson, and he was on
Family Feud.
Family Feud. Yeah. He would French
kiss. He was very lecherous as the host.
Some may call him a Lothario, but I call him lecherous. He would French kiss like all the moms. Sometimes the grandmothers and sometimes the little teenage daughters.
That wouldn't have flown.
That would
nowadays, but he got away with it.
Every once in a while, I'll still see it. It's still on TV, and Steve Harvey is hilarious.
He's great.
Steve is a good host.
He's fantastic.
It's on ABC.
He does
see that a lot.
The deadpan when they give dumb answers. It's phenomenal.
He is outstanding. I liked. It got played out real quick, I think, but I loved Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when it first came out.
Yeah. Oh my god!
When it first came out, Regis Philbin, it was like must see.
Bro, I bought it for PlayStation. That's how much I loved it. I used to play it on my PlayStation. I thought it was a blast. I loved it. Yeah, right.
Never loved The Weakest Link. They had that one on with the British lady who hosted.
You all The Weakest Link. Goodbye.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
I didn't like that one either.
But yeah, it was just a game show. $25,000 pyramid.
Oh, I love the pyramid. Oh,
Michael Strahan does it now, but I love the pyramid.
Hollywood Squares was great. You get to host a game show almost every day now.
I do.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things that I get to do every single day. I get to host my own version of a game show.
Press Your Luck gave me the worst anxiety. It's back
with
now.
Elizabeth Banks hosting.
Oh, I love her. It gave me the worst anxiety of all time. Just no whammy. Stop! It made me sick.
$5,000 and a spin.
And they passed the spins. I mean, it made me sick.
Michael in our chat says, having my name called to Come On Down was a highlight of my life. That
Michael
is awesome.
Fry, come on down.
Remember when it was crazy when the car cost over $10,000? Like when I watched, they would guess the price of the car and it would be like $7,224 for a car.
This is interesting that Dominic brings this up. He says, anyone remember when Rolf Benershka hosted Wheel of Fortune briefly? Our own Ben Higgins with one of the lines of the roast. Go ahead and deliver
Rolf
it.
was one of the roasters. So
yep.
I was bringing him up to the stage and I said, how many people here remember that Rolf Benershka briefly hosted Wheel of Fortune? And a couple people raised their hand and I go, really, that many? Because it was a short run for Rolf as Wheel of Fortune. And then I said, you know how he got the job? The legendary producer Merv Griffin was very impressed. He actually overheard Rolf's conversation when he said, I'd like to buy a bowel. I ran into Rolf yesterday again, so just randomly when I was covering the.
Is he stalking you because he was mad?
No, he said, "Oh, you again."
Oh, there's Higgins.
I'd like to buy a bowel because he has IBS,
right? Colitis. It's not serious. I mean, but you're supposed to make fun of things like that at a roast. So.
Yeah, they didn't understand the assignment.
So.
Those people.
Not really.
It's all right. We did a good job.
All right.
I'd like to buy a bowel. He was very pleased by it. I thought it was a good line.
That was fairly clever.
Yeah. Very clever.
All right, we got Don't Do This is coming up next.
Oh, we had our own little Bed and Woods moment last night in the middle of a baseball broadcast. It's happened to, well, mostly you. It's such gold.
How about the faux pas from a women's tennis player? Did you see this
I
story
did not.
yesterday? We'll get to both of those coming up after a check of Kelly's traffic. Don't go anywhere. More Bed and Woods on the way on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, listen, if you're waking up right now here in our lovely city, or really wherever you are, but mostly San Diego, because this is the clinics that I go to in Torrey Hills and Hillcrest. I want to tell you about QC Kinetics. If you're waking up not feeling great this morning and that kind of depression kicks in, man, this would be a great day to go out and surf, or a great day to go out and ride my bike, but I can't because my knees are killing me. You got to call the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in San Diego. They're on the case. They're ready to get you back to doing the things that you want. All right, this spring, get it done. Don't wait anymore. If you've got debilitating joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulder, back, any other joints you have, mine were my wrists. They fixed me up entirely. I've never had to go back and get my wrists looked at, and I've been doing all the things I love to do. So it absolutely works. Big fan of QC Kinetics. You'll even see me on the TV commercials from time to time. Highly recommended. Don't live with chronic joint pain anymore at all. Now's the best time to get started. Call them today, QC Kinetics, 619-614-PAIN. Their number is 619-614-PAIN. Again, it's QC Kinetics. When you call and get a free consultation at either their Torrey Hills or Hillcrest location, let them know that Woodsy sent you, please. Again, 619-614-PAIN. It's QC Kinetics.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Don't Do This is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't
leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do
set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
This
is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info.
Hey, can you read it with a little more enthusiasm?
A little more vim and vigor.
Vim.
Yeah.
I'll get us started. Tennis. Talk a ton of tennis on this program, but you got the second Grand Slam of the year coming up in a couple of weeks at Roland Garros. That's
the French Open.
Yes, you've always wanted to live in Paris. Maybe you can go in person when you go.
There was, I believe, when I was there, it was happening.
Was it?
I believe it was.
What surface did they play on?
Clay.
Clay. The red
Something
clay.
was
Very good.
happening when we were there, and
Okay.
I want to say it was Roland Garros. It might have been some big soccer match.
So they're doing one of the tune-up tournaments right now, the Rouen Open.
The French Open is
Clay.
this year. It's Sunday, May 25th through Sunday, June 8th.
Coming up next
That's
month.
right.
That's right when
around
I
the time you were there.
I think that's
Possible.
when we were there.
Yeah. It's always late May.
Yeah.
Every year. So one of the tune-up events, the Rouen Open,
Clay.
featured a match between Britain's Harriet Dart and the underdog, France's Lois Boisson.
Nailing that.
Boisson won the first set 6-love. She was on first match of the year. She had come back from injury, ranked like 300 something in the world. So this was a bit of an upset. And Harriet, I don't know, just feeling a little surly. But during the second set changeover, she was captured on the broadcast audio asking the umpire to tell Boisson, her opponent, to put on deodorant. Quote, can you ask her to put on deodorant? She smells really bad.
Oh, my
Dart
God.
was heard saying to the official as he struggled against the 21-year-old French woman.
Wow.
In the first round, the comment sparked immediate backlash on social media. Dart had to apologize. She says, comment made in the heat of the moment. I truly regret it. Not the way I want to behave. I take full responsibility. Boisson, for her part, posted an Instagram shot of her with a Dove deodorant edited in saying, hey, we need a collab, apparently. So she handled it pretty well. But that's
It's
first
cutting.
of all,
It's
first of all,
cutting.
you're not anywhere near your opponent in tennis.
But you can
so-
still smell it.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
From across the court? No
100%.
way. Outside?
100%.
No chance.
100%. If they're ripe, you can smell it. There's a guy in the gym. And no matter if I walk into the gym and I use my key card to get in my little, key fob, I know if he's there or if he isn't. I could his scent wafts through the whole gym. And if you're near him on a treadmill or a machine, you're like, that's it for me. Cutting the old workout short. It's nasty, dude. He smells like just sour milk. Sour milk.
Stop.
That's inside
I get it.
of
You get it.
We're
It's
talking
it's airy. There's an outdoor area. I'm telling you. I walk upstairs. I go. I don't even know his name. I'm just going to call him Fred. I walk to get to check in. I know Fred's here.
Oh,
It just lingers.
God.
It's a lingerer. Disgusting. You absolutely can smell someone's stench if they are
Can
that
you
right.
imagine living, I don't know, how many years ago
I
before
can't.
deodorant?
I
And just
can't.
how bad everything must have
Lotions,
smelled
perfumes,
all the time.
It's just terrible.
Did you get? They must have gotten used to it at some
It's
point.
such a cutting insult too.
It is.
It's like if me and you were arguing and I looked at you and I went, "You've got a booger," even if you don't. Now you're self-conscious. I see you looking in the thing. You don't. That's such a cutting. Or like your breath stinks.
Yeah,
That's
And
such a cutting.
sometimes there's
insult.
nothing you can do about it.
No.
Sometimes people smell even when they do wear deodorant.
Yeah.
And it's not their fault necessarily.
Still
mean. to
Yeah, it's
say.
mean.
It's
That was
mean
the
to say.
whole. That was the whole point of the whole thing. She wanted to be mean. Can you ever put on deodorant? She stinks.
Dominic with one of the great movie lines ever. Slider,
you stink.
You stink.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant cut down. This is incredible that this happened last night. And listen, these guys are pros. We're pros, but it happens to us too, mostly Ben. Keith Hernandez calling a game last night. He and Gary Cohen calling the game Mets against the Twins. And this happened in the bottom of the 8th. Listen closely.
Comes in and gets the ball on the run. Strong arm. Excuse me.
One more time.
Strong arm.
They were showing a replay. It was third baseman charging. Got to make the quick barehanded throw to first base.
Comes in and gets the ball on the run. Strong arm.
I know that.
Strong arm.
A strong arm.
Excuse me.
Cohen loses it.
You okay over there? Yeah, just had a little Upchuck. A little upchuck.
Upchuck.
I don't think we need upchuck here. I mean, it just came out of nowhere, right in the middle of my sentence. Sorry. Apologize.
What was for dinner?
Had chicken
Mashed potatoes.
and mashed potatoes.
Shouldn't produce anything really
Maybe the
untoward.
salad with a little vinaigrette.
Form. So good. I love when it happens.
I mean, we've had that conversation at least 15 times over the years.
It's the thing. It's the best. Anytime that you, it's one of my favorite moments on the air.
Will the Padres be better in 2024 without Juan Soto? Juan Soto is the best possible option for 2024.
Just a little upchuck. Just a little upchuck.
Juan Soto is the best possible option for 2024.
What? Did you vomit in your mouth?
Little upchuck.
So good. I thought that day it was coming up.
Finally, a little do this for a Wednesday.
DD mega doo-doo.
I thought this is pretty cool. You know, the Summer Games, the Olympics are coming to Los Angeles in 2028, but for the second straight time in 1984, there was one event that was held in San Diego County. Do you know what it was?
Surfing.
Equestrian.
Oh.
Surfing wasn't in the Olympics
like
back in
Fallbrook?
1984.
That's true.
Fairbanks Ranch, before it was even a golf course and it was just grass. The driving range at Fairbanks Ranch.
Oh, the next one in 2028, I think it's going to be in Fallbrook.
I think, yeah, they might be new out there, but they did announce also yesterday that the surfing event is coming to San Diego County.
Nice.
Up there at Lower Trestles, San Onofre, right by the old nuclear power plant. And it was kind of a controversy. Huntington Beach was lobbying hard to host the event, but in the end, the Olympic committee that handles it said the waves are just better and more consistent that time of year at Lower Trestles.
Love it.
So that's where they're going to host the surfing competition, which means, yeah, San Diego will once again be part of the Olympic Games when they return to California in 2028, which I thought was really cool.
Was when I was up in LA a couple weeks ago, we were talking to our Uber driver that was driving us to the concert at the Greek, and he said, man, the Olympics coming here is insane. He said it's just insane. Some of the stuff that they're already starting to do there's construction. I can't even imagine hosting an Olympics in that city, Ben.
So in 1984, Peter Uberoth, who was the commissioner of Major League Baseball, he was the president of the LA Olympic Organizing Committee, and they nailed it. It's really considered the most successful Olympics of all time. Somehow they eliminated all traffic. There was like no traffic in Los Angeles the entire 2-week Olympics. It went off without a hitch. It was profitable, like the only time ever the Olympics actually made money, and it was hugely successful. So they have a very high standard to live up to. The one thing LA has that most other places don't, all the venues already are there.
Yeah, venues
They don't
are
need
there.
to build a single thing for anything because they all already exist in Los Angeles.
The lack of mass transit hurts in LA a lot. That's what he was talking about too. And I said, decent chance for you to make some money, as an Uber driver. He said, yeah, if I'm still driving Uber, it'll be pretty solid. But he said the infrastructure and like you said, it's mostly there. But now you got to figure out how to route people, where they stay, everything else. It's just the logistics of putting something like throwing a birthday party for a 4-year-old is really, really tough.
Yeah.
The logistics of it all is very tough. Running a little league team, the logistics are tough. I can't even imagine what this looks like, trying to plot and plan Olympics in a city like LA.
I mean, Uberoth did so well. They named him Time Man of the Year.
Good God.
That year.
Knocked
For
it out of the park.
For the job that he did. He really slayed it.
That's
in
awesome.
In the 84 Olympics.
Before we say goodbye and do this, wanted to wish a very special happy birthday to Coach Enrique. Huge fan of the show. Watching for years. I absolutely love it. My birthday's today. Any chance I could get a birthday shout out would totally make my day. Coach Enrique, happy birthday from your old pals, Dad and Woods and Paul.
And that's Don't and Do This for a Wednesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, when we come back, more Padres talk. Jason Hayward got his first opportunity in center field. You want to see more of that or less of that going forward with Jackson Merrill continuing to be on the injured list? Plus, I may even get to convince Woods to talk a little hoops at some point.
We'll give you
after the play-in games last night, the playoffs underway.
We'll set the clock at 90 seconds.
No, I can do
You think
that.
you
I
can
can
do
it in 90 seconds.
Around the league in 90 seconds?
I think I can do it. There were only 2 games last night. So we'll get to
All right,
that
45 seconds.
Coming up next with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
All right, day game today, which means maybe your evening is free. Or if you're going to the game looking for something fun to do afterwards, may I suggest a short trip down the 5 freeway to 7 Mile Casino in Chula Vista. You can get there from Petco Park in just 7 minutes and be playing at one of their fantastic card tables.
Oh, no question about it, Benny. The proximity to downtown is great. I love the idea of going down to a game, then heading on over to 7 Mile Casino, grab a bite to eat, grab a beer, sit down, play some California style blackjack. Make today that day. It's very, very simple to do. Again, it's going to take you 7 minutes to get down there, and you'll have a great time when you get there.
And stay for dinner at Sammy's. We always talk about the 24/7 players menu and the Kung Pao chicken. The regular menu at Sammy's is always good. The pizzas, the barbecue chicken pizza, the chicken tequila fettuccine. If you're looking for a treat, really good. It's a really fantastic menu at Sammy's, and you can sit out on the patio right there on San Diego Bay. So much to offer. Great for friends and especially good for high limit players as well. Check it out today. Make the short trip from downtown. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from Petco Park.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
I'm relieved to look at the standings in Major League Baseball. And no, despite the loss yesterday, the Padres still have the best record in all of baseball.
Pretty amazing, man.
They had built enough of a cushion that they withstood it. It also helped that the San Francisco Giants did lose yesterday to the Philadelphia Phillies 6-4. Bryce Harper with a 2-run home run. Justin Verlander was a little bit better, but then I think they left him in too long into the 6th, gave it up, and the Phillies went on to win that game. The Dodgers, of course, beat the Rockies again yesterday. The Rockies having a tough road trip.
Having a time, aren't they?
Yeah, 6-2 the final yesterday. So the Dodgers now at 13 wins. So the Padres are 14-4. The Giants are 12-5. The Dodgers are 13-6, and the Diamondbacks, who routed the Marlins with a Corbin Carroll grand slam, are 10-7. So the NL West has 4 teams already with double-digit wins.
Crazy.
No other division has more than 2, and those divisions just have like 10-10 and 11-10. So the NL West is far and away been the best division in baseball through the first 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for it not to continue, too. I mean, it is. These are really, really good baseball teams. Again, last night I was like, way too excited that the Giants lost last night here on April 15th last night going, yes, Giants lose. Like, this is crazy. It's April, and I'm watching scoreboards like a madman. It's absolutely nuts.
It's weird because in baseball, you do feel like 18 games. You feel like, okay, I've got a sense of what this team is.
Sure.
It doesn't mean nothing. But if you were like to put it in terms of a football season, you've played one game.
You
played one game. You're 1-0 or you're 0-1. The Padres are clearly 1-0 after their one game that they've played of the season.
Pretty fascinating stat last night. And I wonder if Paulie caught this. Did you know the Rays had not won on April 15th for 14 straight years?
No, they never won on Jackie Robinson.
Never won on Jackie Robinson Day. 14 straight years. So I went in and I took the Red Sox because that's who they were playing. And the Red Sox won 7-4.
Yeah, Brickman hit 2 home runs.
5 for 5
in that game.
Well, he is having to leave today. He's not going to be able to play in the game today because he's flying back, I think, for the birth of his child.
Oh,
so
wow.
He's going to want to leave the guys with a nice 5 for 5.
He pre-dedicated
the birth.
Big game.
Exactly. And is flying back. And but yeah, now have not won now in 15 straight seasons. What a weird, one of those weird stats, like Chris Davis hitting 240 every year. Just a weird stat.
Fernando Tatis Jr. no longer is tied for the Major League Baseball lead in home runs. That now goes to, again, Tyler Soderstrom of the Athletics, who had 2 3-run shots, drove in 6. He's now got 8 to lead all of Major League Baseball as the A's beat the White Sox 12-3 yesterday. A couple of shutouts, actually 4 shutouts in Major League Baseball yesterday. Nationals 3, Pirates nothing. James Wood, former Padres prospect, 445-foot home run.
He is hitting tanks.
Brewers 5, Tigers nothing. 5 pitchers combining on a 1-hitter in that game for Milwaukee. Rangers 4, Angels nothing. Tyler Mahle had 6 innings and 9 strikeouts for the Texas Rangers. And Astros 2, Cardinals nothing. So Padres headed to Houston for their next series. Astros pitched a nicely pitched game as well. I think there's only like 6 teams, Padres are one of them, that have not been shut out so far this season in Major League Baseball.
That's right.
A couple other finals. Yankees doubled up the Royals 4-2. The Alien Jason Dominguez had a bases clearing 3-run knock.
Then had to be taken out of the game later because he swung and missed so violently, came all the way around, hit himself in the head. The helmet came down and ripped his contacts out of his eyes. So they had to pull him from the game, and he was done. Like he had the Martian, not the alien. That's his name.
Was he the Martian?
The Martian,
not the alien?
Yeah, not the alien. You can't just make up stuff. But he had to leave because
you're right, the Martian.
His helmet like ripped his contacts out of his eyes.
Let's see. Blue Jays double up the Braves 6-3, and Twins beat the Mets 6-3. Juan Soto hit his 3rd home run after the comments that he talked about. It's not the same not having Aaron Judge hitting behind me.
Yep,
that rubbed a lot of people, Mets fans, the wrong way.
Oh yeah,
you're going to sign a contract like that. Yeah, it's true, but you can't really say it out loud.
I feel like Mets fans are usually rubbed the wrong way.
That's true. I think in this case they may be somewhat justified.
Yeah, I think Juan Soto is going to be fine. I think he's always going to be fine. His numbers are always going to be there.
That's an unforced error saying that, though. All you have to do is say, "Yeah, I'm off to maybe not the start I was hoping, but I'll be there. I'll be fine."
Yeah,
you don't just start blaming the lack of production, or
Again, I think it was
lack of protection.
I think it was kind of taken out of context, as the New York Post has been known to do.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to save this for the Rindle report, but since we're talking about other games in baseball yesterday, just mentioned the Red Sox and the Rays.
Yep.
They are playing in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Well, wherever they're playing.
Yeah.
Right now.
I think it actually is in Tampa. They used to play in St.
like 20 minutes, right?
But it's now in Tampa.
Okay, so did you guys see why that game had a short delay?
No.
There was a delay in that game, and it was because there was a malfunction with the sound system at the Rays ballpark.
No, I didn't see this.
I saw a headline or something. It was like a bad sound.
Brace yourselves. If you have like animals that don't like high-pitched noises, I'll give you 3,
high-pitched noises.
2, 1. This is what it sounded like on the broadcast. They had to stop the game and figure this out.
3-1 ball game now. A little buzz in the ballpark, and it's not the fans. And they've halted play, trying to figure out if that buzz will subside. But there's a whistling effect in the sound system.
Yeah, you hear the crowd.
Whatever
it was like going throughout the stadium.
Oh,
again, listen to the crowd when it finally stops.
But there's a whistling effect in the sound system.
There we go. So good. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Nope.
I didn't like that at all.
But that's a first. I don't remember a game ever being delayed because of that.
Of sound. Interesting.
Not even like a fire alarm or something. Like just maybe it was a fire alarm. High-pitched squeal.
Yeah.
And did you see this story? Actually, I missed it yesterday, but on Monday, when the Rockies were opening their series against the Dodgers, apparently Bud Black was set to take the train up from, he lives here in San Diego, and was staying here after the Padres had played the Rockies, and he was getting on the train. And because of the earthquake, they said, we have to check the tracks and everything. So they stopped the trains. So he said, I can't wait, and just got a ride share. So it was like $200 to take him up to Dodger Stadium.
Dick Manfart is furious right now. Furious. Hey, what is this? I had to get a ride.
I was stunned, though, to learn that Buddy just takes the train up to L.A. for the game.
I would drive Buddy up to L.A. if he needed a ride. He could call me. I could do that. I would love to spend a couple hours in the car with a major league.
But why doesn't he just drive himself and listen to Ben and Woods all the way up?
It's a good question.
He can in the train as well.
Yeah.
Just take the Odyssey app or something with him and
YouTube.
Listen on the train. But it's surprised. I didn't picture him. I know Skip used to drive down from Orange County every day for Padres games because he lived up there and listened to the show. I guess I never pictured Bud Black driving up or training up for the games at Dodger Stadium from his home.
Yeah, I had a buddy, one of the other Little League dads. I saw him. We playing his kid's team on when was the earthquake day? Monday. And I see him show up to the field in like the last inning, and he's pouring sweat. And I'm like, bro, because I coach his kid in football. I go, dude, you should have seen the game Luke had. He was great. And I go, did you miss the first inning? He goes, I missed the whole game. I said, why? He goes, I just had to ride my bike from La Jolla. I go, for what? He goes, all the trains were down. So I just rode my bike all the way from La Jolla. So I'm a little tired. I go, why didn't you get a cab? Like, just get a cab. I'm not gonna pay for a cab. So I rode my bike all the way up. How did he do? He did great. He got a knock, made him a nice play at first. And that's awesome. Oh my God. That's great. All the way from La Jolla. That's the thing. It's Paul Hecky Field. I'm like, what?
It's like uphill all the way.
I'm like, bro, what are you doing, man? You know what I told him? I go, I would have gotten a hotel. I would have just stayed there. Babe, I'm not coming home tonight. Why? The train is broken. Don't you have your bike? Yeah. Ride your bike home. Absolutely not. I'll see you in the morning when the trains are working again. The whole time. Oh my God. I can't believe I missed it. Oh my God. It was so good.
Bud Black on the Train does have some major league. We're coddling these guys.
100%. 100%.
Dick Manafort, we're coddling these guys too much. No more team planes.
I'm not.
You guys are taking the train to the next road trip.
Like, I'm not paying for any more. I'm not paying for any more ride shares from Solana Beach, buddy. I'm telling you that right now. That's not going to happen. You see what I'm paying Chris Bryant, who's on the IL again. Did you see this? Chris Bryant, IL again.
Yep.
And the description of what it was, they put him on the 10-day IL. It was like degenerative disc. I was like, oh yeah, that's probably it for him, man. Just what a change of
was
course.
His last swing the one that nearly got over Fernando's head, but ended the game. Was that
I
it?
think
For
that's
Chris
it,
Bryant
man.
for a while
It's
at least.
just insane, dude. Insane.
We need to check traffic. I got my what did I get? 90 seconds, 45 seconds of basketball talk coming up, and I also want to talk about Jason Hayward out in center field. That's coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Islands Restaurants. Got a collision in the North County, southbound 15 for El Norte Parkway. It's in the center divide. Looks like a couple vehicles involved. Also going to find on northbound 5, right before the racetrack, a stalled dump truck over to the right shoulder. Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurants protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love, just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So we got the news yesterday that Jason Hayward would be making his first start. Mike Schultz said he told him on Monday, give him the opportunity to return to center field. Hasn't played there a ton in his career, but has done it some. And I'd say defensively, no hiccups at all last night. Jason Hayward looked smooth out there, had a number of chances. None were particularly tough, but
you take those easy ones, though.
We also saw Oscar Gonzalez butcher one out in left field. I mean, it looked like the way he reached for it probably was more of a looping liner swing, but it carried right over his head.
Yeah, it did.
But yeah, Hayward looked good out in center field.
Maybe Oscar Gonzalez is our designated hitter.
The problem, though, with Jason Hayward against lefties is
he's not good at hitting.
Yeah, he doesn't hit them at all. He had the foul home run, which was the highlight of his night, but 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, and then got pinch hit for by Connor Joe, who struck out looking as well. So you got nothing out of that 8-hole last night. Now you could put him back out there today and have the same problem against another lefty starter in Matthew Boyd, or what are your other options? Back to Tyler Wade in center field and Connor Joe in left. If you wanted to go a righty heavy lineup, you could do that.
Tyler Wade's a lefty, though.
That's right. Tyler Wade's a lefty too.
Yeah.
So
you don't really have.
You just don't have great options.
You don't right now with Lockridge being down. You just don't. Eggy could be called up if he swings it right-handed. Tirso's a lefty, I believe. Yeah, Tirso's lefty. Oscar Gonzalez he swings it righty, but the defense is
can't play center.
Can't
At
play
least
center.
Mike Schultz not planning to put him out there.
I think he's played a couple of games.
He has,
there.
But Mike Schultz was pretty clear that wasn't in the cards, nor was Connor Joe in center in the cards as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, against lefties, and Gavin Sheets is not hitting lefties, and Yuli Gurriel's not hitting anybody.
Right.
So yeah, the Padres are very vulnerable against lefties,
which
is why they've, I think, most of their at least 3 of their losses have come against left-handed pitchers. I saw someone say they're 0-4 when Yuli starts. That's not true because he started on opening day.
Yeah, they won opening day.
They did win opening day. So I know they have at least one win when Yuli starts, but they are clearly right now that's a weakness for the Padres.
Yeah, and I think, there's more upside to an Oscar Gonzalez getting at bats than there is a Yuli Gurriel. I obviously not experience. Yuli's got way more experience in the league than Oscar Gonzalez does, and Oscar Gonzalez is not, right now the second coming of Mark McGwire or anything, Manny Ramirez. But look, he was literally, you could see him last night just trying to do too much. He was just expanding the zone and you could see him getting frustrated and kind of hopping up and down. And I think when he stays in the zone, Ben, he can do some serious damage. So the upside for him is a little higher than Yuli Gurriel. And I think, man, if I'm given right-handed ABs, I'm going to go with Connor Joe, or I'm going to go with Oscar Gonzalez. And but yeah, you're right about center field. You're going to probably have a lefty playing center field tonight. Maybe Hayward again.
Now there is a right-handed center fielder who's expected to be traded at some point, who has got incredible bat speed. He's only hitting 154. But Luis Robert Jr. is considered one of the top trade targets at some point this year. And I don't know if the Padres could fix him, if the Victor Rodriguez method could get him to put the ball into play a little bit more, because when he hits it, he can hit it. He just doesn't make contact a ton, and he's pricey for what you're getting from the White Sox. They'd love to unload him, I'm sure.
His contract's pretty steep.
Yeah, it's I can look into that, but we can definitely discuss the possibility. There was a big piece in ESPN about why Luis Robert's still going to be a hot item despite his contract and lack of production.
Well, there's
at the trade deadline this year or earlier.
There's another team up north that would look at Luis Roberts.
Yeah.
I've already seen some speculation that the Dodgers were in on him and looking to make some moves. They certainly have a much more rich farm system than we do. If you're the White Sox, yeah, man, you're definitely going to unload that guy. But what are you going to get for him? Did you see the news last night about Leo?
I didn't tease that though, because we got 90 seconds that I get from
let's do your basketball.
NBA, and Paulie's got a clock on me. So are we ready for 90 seconds of NBA?
Yes.
Go. All right. Last night you had the first two play-in games with the 7 and 8 seeds taking on each other in the Eastern and Western conferences. The Orlando Magic took care of the Atlanta Hawks 120-95. Great game off the bench for Cole Anthony with 26 points. Franz Wagner with 13 points and 13 rebounds. Trae Young picked up 2 quick technicals for making a mockery of the game and was ejected. But the Hawks season is not over. They will get to face the Miami-Chicago winner in a winner-take-all for the 8th seed, whereas Orlando advances 7th seed. They will face Boston in the first round of the playoffs. In the Western Conference, really good game last night. The Golden State Warriors holding off the Memphis Grizzlies 121-116. Steph Curry, 37 points. Iced it at the free throw line late. Jimmy Butler, 38 points. Warriors have played well since the trade deadline move. They get the 7th seed. They'll take on the Houston Rockets now in the first round. Memphis will host either Dallas or Sacramento, the winner of the 9-10 game tonight, for a chance to get the 8th seed and meet Oklahoma City in the first round of the playoffs. So you have 2 games tonight, and then the real playoffs get underway this weekend, including the Lakers taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And that is your NBA in less than 90 seconds. Did I make it?
Fantastic.
It was like 70 seconds.
Nice.
Beautiful. Tomorrow I'll give you 60. See if you can do that.
Did you watch any of it last night? The Warriors game was good. I flipped it on after the Padres game was.
No, I saw a couple.
Was over to watch the end.
I saw Trae Young get ejected. I saw them really clutching their pearls over what he did. I mean, one guy was like, "There's
he
kids."
He threw the ball hard at a ref.
Yeah,
and
there's
then,
kids watching.
Yeah,
right, relax, buddy.
Settle down.
He was a little petulant, I would say, was the
It's playoffs.
word for it.
It's playoffs.
Yeah, shout out.
They did not have a good game.
All right, we will come back. Hour number 3 includes a Big League Wednesday visit from Brett Boone at 8:35. We got Take on Woods coming up as well, so don't go anywhere. Bennett Woods rolling on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, my friends, we are halfway home on a Wednesday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Thanks so much for being here with us in the chat. Got some people, hey, long-time listener, first time in the chat. They're enjoying the YouTube feed. We are too. Love that. Just subscribe if you could. That helps us out. All your activity in there is it does not go unnoticed. We steal a lot of stuff from you guys in that chat. A lot. Like to try to give credit for really funny lines when I see them, but I don't always get a chance to. You guys are good. You're quick. And I love that about the tier ones. It's not some audience full of morons out there.
It's one of the reasons why they're the best audience in radio.
We're not just saying that. We're not saying that.
Really, not even that close.
No, I've had different audiences for different shows, and this one is incredible. Just incredibly loyal and mostly kind and very, very smart and quick. Most of you guys know the game pretty well too. It's always refreshing to chat with you guys every day in there. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl. He is the executive producer of the program. And Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well.
Friendly neighborhood news anchor today.
Really?
Yeah, I'm on the desk. First time in a few months.
Oh boy. God.
Yeah,
boy.
It's a gnarly schedule now because we changed our lineup a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm solo anchoring tonight on Channel 10.
Solo.
4 to 5:30.
Okay.
And then there's a 30-minute break for World News Tonight.
And then you don't have to do anything there.
Just for that 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm off. And then 6 to 7:30 as well. So that's 3 hours on TV in a 3.5-hour span. And then I have a little break, and then there's the 11 o'clock news.
Do you have to do the 11?
Mm-hmm.
You're joking.
Got it all.
Today is a long day.
Today's a long day. I'm going to go home after the show today for a while, come back later for the, the shift I've worked for the last 20-plus years until the last 3 weeks when I've been going into TV earlier in the day, which it's been fun. It's been different. But today will be a more typical day that I've experienced the rest of my life. So I'll be okay.
You're gonna get to go home though and relax
for a little bit, yeah.
What time? Much time?
2 or 3 hours, and then I'll go back to
not
work.
bad.
Yeah.
Get a
Peloton in and
rest,
have some lunch, and then.
So you could have gone to the beach cleanup here. Then is what.
No,
you're
it doesn't start until this afternoon.
Oh, what time does it start?
I think it's like 1 or 2, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah, totally.
But I have to be back at Channel 10 by like 1:30 or 2. So
we'll miss it again. The old Ben and Woods skipping out on the company beach cleanup.
I will have my alibi.
I'll be working. I'll be watching the Padres game.
Oh, well, I will too. I've got an appointment with my bodywork guy. He'll be working on my very, very painful knee. I need to get into QC and get a treatment, man. But I did make a donation. I felt bad. What?
Why did you feel bad?
Because
you couldn't go. You can't feel bad about everything you can't make in life.
I wouldn't have felt as bad if we weren't shamed by our boss yesterday. I wouldn't have felt nearly as bad. Our boss, Adam, when he came in, you guys remember? You guys were here when he said, "Oh, so you guys don't want to go to the beach cleanup?" And it's not fair to say we didn't want to, weren't able to. It's a different story. And then we got a message from the director of the beach cleanup that said, "Hey, I know you guys don't like this stuff. I know you guys hate the environment."
No one said that. No one said that at all.
He said,
simply said, "I'll be working strenuously."
Ben does.
Ben hates the environment so much. You should see. I'm always watching Ben on the drive home. He's just throwing plastics out of his car.
I hate trash so much. I don't even want to touch it. That's how much I hate trash.
That's true.
Yeah, I really, really despise trash. I wish there was no trash at all because I don't like touching trash.
Well, so I did make a donation in our name this morning to the I Love a Clean San Diego. I made that donation. Makes me feel a little bit better for not being able to attend today. It's nothing personal. It's not.
That makes you feel like you have a guilty conscience. I don't think you should have a guilty conscience.
Well, I wouldn't have had I not been guilted. If everyone had not said anything, I would not have had a guilty conscience. Now I do because of the guilt that was thrown upon me. See how that works?
Right.
You're not going to feel guilty unless I make you feel guilty. Does that make sense?
Worst guilt is the one that you don't have anyone make you feel. The one you feel yourself.
The one you feel yourself, which I wouldn't have.
The worst.
I wouldn't have because I do have a prior engagement, right? And you have work, and Paulie's working.
Should be no guilt at all. The question is, deep down, if you knew you had nothing at all, would you be there? And if the answer is no, then you're feeling guilty.
What time does it start?
Perhaps it's like 1 or 2 right this afternoon.
Okay,
yeah.
I picked my child up. I have to be in line.
I'm not saying
I'm
that you
just
don't
telling
have
you. I'm telling
excuses.
you. So I have to pick my child up at 1:30 p.m. Right. So when can I get down to Shelter Island?
I'm
to
saying,
pick
let's
up
say
garbage?
you didn't have children, you didn't have an appointment.
Oh, if I had nothing, I would go.
Then you have nothing to feel guilty about.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless you really know in your heart that you would still find a way to get out of it.
Well, the Padres are playing. We do
That's
cover
true,
the
too.
Padres, so right. That's also something. That's not nothing. We do plan the majority of our lives around these games. But again, had I not been guilted, then I wouldn't have felt guilty. But I did feel guilty, so I made a donation instead. If you're a company, wouldn't you rather have money?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can find any
All
kinds of
kinds of
schlubs
stuff.
to pick up trash.
Right.
It's the money is
is
much
what's
more
important.
valuable.
That's how I felt.
2 to 4 at Fiesta Island.
2 to 4. I mean, guys, there's no chance at 2 to 4. I got one kid gets out at 2:20, the other kid gets out at 4:30. I mean, there's just no chance that I could possibly go down and do that.
At 2 o'clock, you're talking 40, 50 minutes traffic.
Yeah.
It's going to be way worse on the way back.
Or coming back up to North County,
Yeah.
that's an hour and a half.
If they're cool with my son standing outside of his school alone, waiting for his dad to come pick him up, then the more power to him. But man, we don't get to make a lot of the work stuff.
Carlos says, who's planning this? It ends at rush hour. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, it makes me, I do feel bad, like, because it's part of this thing here at work called the Culture Club.
Say right now, if it's 10 to noon, I would swing by after the show and help out.
Sure, 100%. So it's part of this thing, the Culture Club. You want to, everywhere you work, you want to have better culture, right? Now I love culture.
Mike Schilt has established a great
culture
with the
culture
Padres.
master, right? Like he knows it.
How fantastic is that?
It's
Maybe we should
great.
Put him on the Culture Club.
It was.
here at Odyssey.
It would be amazing.
It's really cool.
Hey, boy.
Boy, pick up that Gatorade bottle.
Hey, you see that cigarette butt? Pick it up. But I just
old litter bugs.
I always feel terrible because I know that in the deep dark recesses of the offices back there, these guys don't participate in anything, and that sucks. And I know that. I know those conversations have been had.
I'm gonna start hosting events at
I know,
like 4 a.m.
Hey, come to the Bend and Woods
Be like, why the hell
espresso
isn't
party
anyone
at 4 a.m. I do feel bad though, because I do want to participate actively in helping to grow the culture of 97.3 The Fan and Odyssey San Diego. I do. I can't always make these events. Life gets in the way sometimes. So I gave some money instead. Just one of my favorite moves. It helps alleviate some of the guilt.
I could
Now,
argue.
you donated money to the beach cleanup.
Correct.
Would sending Adam or JR or Michael or whoever does decide to give us any grief for missing these events, just Venmoing them like $100?
Oh, I don't want to bribe them for good feelings, but I did let them know that I
You're not bribing,
donated.
you're just buying it.
Buying their good feeling. You guys are no, because I don't want my boss to be like, hey, you come to this happy hour. If not, you owe me $100. I don't want to set that precedent. I'd pay it, by the way, but I
You've already set the precedent.
I've set the precedent. But yeah, so here's the other thing, man. Like, I'm not being a jerk here, but like we're here 5 days a week. Nobody else is. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do this one. How about we do it on a day when all you guys are working from home?
Ooh.
You know? Help me out here. Back me up, because I feel like I'm on an island.
Well,
right?
I don't know.
Shelter island.
I don't know that this is
Fiesta
what you're going to
Island.
want to hear, but it's possible. And I would argue that if I'm in the culture club and I want a good culture, keeping you away from
It's a
events
good idea.
might actually be a good idea for the culture of Odyssey. Not sure
I
that
hadn't considered that
That's
point.
not your
I'm
worst.
I'm not sure that if you're trying to foster a great
You want me there?
team culture, that having Woods there
Ben
is
doesn't know
really-
half the people there.
really a good thing.
Yeah, you don't know anybody. At least I know their names. I've lowered myself to learn everybody's names. At least I do that.
I do know the names. I just don't know the faces that go with them.
You see their emails, but you have no
Yeah,
idea who they belong
exactly.
to.
Or you see their faces. I've definitely seen him. Don't know his name.
I want to do a lineup more than anything in the world. The next time everyone's together for an all staff, we are doing a full on
We
line
just
up.
leave the door open. We could have a line of people. They
What
just
is your name? Yeah,
walk right in.
Go set it up right now. Set it up for the 9 o'clock hour.
I'm just going to guess Tony for everybody because I know that's right at least once, right? So
that's incredible, Paulie. You go at 9, round up as many people back there as you can. Have them line up outside the door. We'll call them in. Ben, who is this? What is their name?
Who's this Chemo guy? I met Chemo at the suite at the game.
You've met him 30 times over the years.
That was He's been here
time.
way longer than we
that's
have.
the first time we've ever met, actually.
I love
in
Chemo.
our
The
lives.
best. Yeah. So I feel bad again. I shouldn't feel bad for like working hard, doing a good show, and then leaving work. But I always do.
Now you can legitimately say when anyone asks you to do anything for the environment, I gave at the office.
Can I? Yeah, I did. I could sing a song for it. I'll go get that guitar and sing a song for everybody. Maybe they'd like to hear a snappy Oasis tune or something before they go. I don't know what to do. And I do feel like eventually they're going to go, should we renew those guys? Well, they really don't give a rat's ass about the culture here. So let's get some other guys for cheaper that will actually care about the culture here. And that's what keeps me up at night. I lie in bed going, do I need to get a sitter and then go down and clean up the beach with them? I really do. I really panic about it.
It just sounds more like a civic duty than a company employee bonding day. Beach cleanup.
What would be a better?
Well, it's like, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of offices.
Well, I love
it's our
how
9 to 5, and after we're all going to happy hour or something like that.
Yeah, that I can't do.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, imagine if you're in an office setting.
I lived it.
You're 9 to 5.
I lived it for
like
20
that would
years.
be a culture club thing, right?
No, that was I'm going to go out and get drunk with my associates.
I honestly, I'm actually a little nervous now about
beach
the
cleanup is
potential
like a punishment
of having to identify my coworkers because it's not just here; it's at Channel 10 as well, and I get in the same pattern.
We know
because you have new people. You know, people come and go.
No, these are the same people.
No, but
these guys have been here forever.
At Channel 10,
yeah, we're not at Channel 10. We're here.
Right.
And these are the same.
But I will say it here. I'm not here at the same time as a lot of them.
That's true.
I rarely see them, but at Channel 10 I am. But we have a lot of comings and goings, televisions like that, and you don't meet someone for the first week or two, and then it becomes too awkward
to say. By the way, we haven't met.
And then I don't do it, and then all of a sudden they've been here for 6 to 8 months, and I don't know who they are.
Yeah, and then it's
really awkward. Like now I can't say anything at all, and then you have those "Hey, hi, how you doing?" conversations in the hallway.
Keegan just nails it. I should start sending a proxy for us. Guy shows up. Hello, is this Odyssey? Yeah, who are you? My name's Keegan. I'm here for Woods. I'm filling in for Woods, and he consider me Woods today. That's a good idea. That's a really, really.
Hi, I'm Corey Stewart. I represent Paul Reindl.
Maybe our agent Brad should go out and pick up some trash today for us.
That would be nice.
Be there for us when we can't be there.
We are represented.
Yeah,
by our proxies.
Dominic nails it. He says, we have a day of service at work. We do it when you're at work. So if you want to give us, the better plan was, you guys are off the air, but we're going to go to Shelter Island at 6 a.m. We're going to pick up trash. Done. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Well, yeah, which is what everyone else this afternoon is doing. They're taking 2 hours off of their work day to go give to the community, which is a great thing to do. But for us, we'd be taking 2 hours off of our non-work hours.
Tell you
what,
I got an idea. I'll run it by Adam tomorrow. Instead of the round table, I'll go pick up trash in the parking lot tomorrow. I will do it from 10 to 11 with a bag and one of those sticks with a poker on it, and I will go all around the neighborhood and I will pick up trash from 10 to 11. A claw. Well, they have a claw or the stick too.
That's true.
I've used them both in my community service before, so I'm very familiar. I know how to do it.
Which is better, the poker or the claw?
The claw. I've got experience in both. Yeah, the poker sucks.
Yeah,
the poker you end up just picking up with your bare hand.
Unless you just have a lot of pieces of paper all sitting on grass, I feel like the poker is going to be really tough.
Yeah,
and then how do you get it off? Is there
you have to shimmy it on the bag?
Yeah, we're on a concrete parking lot. It's not going to. There's no give.
Yeah,
you end up just picking it up with your hand. You're like, just give me it.
Yeah, the poker.
Some guy's
really
leftover burrito.
Idea.
You're like, all right.
Maybe at the beach, but I feel like you're still just going to be pushing things down into the sand mostly.
And these guys know how my brain works, and they know that I think they enjoy plotting and planning things they know that I can't get to because they know it's going to spin me out for the rest of my life. Paulie, it's a beach cleanup, and I'm laying there last night in bed going, they're not going to renew us. They're not going to renew us. They're in there talking about what crap human beings we are. And I lay in bed at night and go, what am I going to do next? Because they are not going to renew us because we don't participate in this stuff.
Carlos says we should adopt a highway. Do they still do that? Remember, like this mile of highway is kept clean
in a heartbeat.
Courtesy of Ben and Woods.
Do we have to go out and pick it up?
I don't know. Do the people actually do it, or is it just a donation and then they hire people on your behalf to pick up the highway?
I tell you what, I'm going to buy a star for Odyssey. I'm going to purchase today. I'm going to buy a star from the Star Registry from Ben and Woods, donated to Odyssey, and I will call it the Odyssey Star. You can consider it done. I would like to do the lineup at some point. So when people start filtering in today, I'm going to need that to happen ASAP. More than anything in the world, I need 20 people.
I'm going to put them on the other side of this glass right here, like
over here where you can't see, so you can't work ahead.
Turn left profile straight
one after the other, one after the other. Oh, I can't wait! And then we can place odds. We get 10 people. How many out of 10 does he get? So nervous.
Ooh. Yeah, it'd have to depend on the 10, but just guessing, I'd say
the 3?
3.5 is the line.
3.5 is the line. Ooh, it's gonna be tough to hit the over. Oh, it's gonna be hard. All right, we'll get to work on that. We got to take a break.
All right, we need a contestant for Take on Woods. If you want to get online, we will play our 5-question musical trivia contest. I get to be game show host after the break. 833-288-0973. Chance to qualify for the getaway to Las Vegas in our grand prize drawing. 833-288-0973. That is coming up after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan. First, though, Woods and I want to tell you about trustandwill.com. Did you know that if you die without a will, your estate does not automatically go to your spouse,
correct,
or kids or loved ones? Nope. The state actually takes over through intestate rules, but you can avoid all of that very simply by going to trustandwill.com.
Yeah, and avoid probate court and get a trust. I got hiccups. There's no reason not to
Chuck.
Little up, Chuck. There's no reason not to just get it done in 20 minutes online with all the directions you need. Right there, it's super affordable as well. Make sure you have a guardian selected for your children. It's kind of a big deal. Don't leave your kids' lives to chance. Nothing is guaranteed these days. Get it down.
Creepy Uncle Stu and taking over your kids.
Weird place to go.
It is. But...
go to trustandwill.com. When you check out, go to trustandwill.com. They'll walk you through every bit of the process. You'll answer a bunch of questions. It only takes 20, 30 minutes.
We both did this.
Yeah, we did this.
It was fine. It was easy.
And then when you check out, use the code FAN, F-A-N, and you'll get 20% off. This is one of those things you just want to wipe off your plate. Just get it done, throw it in a drawer, and forget about it.
Dominic was in probate court yesterday, he says. Get a trust.
Get a trust.
Thank you, Dominic, for your example for everybody. Don't be like Dominic. Get a trust. Go to trustandwill.com.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Just correctly identified one of the engineers. He popped his head in the studio. I am 1 for 1.
He's the only one that's here in the morning.
He wasn't part of this.
Oh, that doesn't count?
No, he didn't count.
Why doesn't that count?
Because
he's here in the morning.
He's not one of the guys. He's not one of the guys that we picked.
I mean, how many people actually know all their coworkers?
Paulie and I do.
I know. Most people. I
So it's literally possible. I'm just showing you that it can be done. Right?
Yeah.
Are you going through like emails and stuff to look for people's names?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
cheating.
Looking at the Padres daily. Padres 3-4 now in games started by opposing left-handed pitchers.
Your boy Adam just tweeted, by the way, a poll. He says, what would you prefer Stephen Woods do tomorrow at 10 a.m.? Be on the round table or pick up trash in the parking lot?
Oh, that's going to backfire for him.
I just voted pick up trash in the parking lot. I will be happy. I want to donate my time picking up trash. I can put my AirPods in, listen to music.
Do we need anyone to pick up trash?
I don't know. There's not a lot of trash down there.
Don't we hire, isn't there a crew that does that for us?
But I'm happy to do it.
Is that really helping the environment?
It's definitely not helping the culture club, that's for sure. But if he really wants me to pick up trash, I will do it.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, let's play a little Take on Woods.
Let's do it.
Paul, you pick the contestant today. Take on Woods is brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. Who do we got, Paulie?
Let's try line 5. Who's this?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
This is Greg Davis.
Hey, Greg. Welcome to Take on Woods. How are you?
So good. You don't even know.
Oh, good. All right. I mean, beyond just being on Take on Woods, or is that what's making your morning here?
It's making my morning. 80s classics, 90s classics. Are you kidding?
They usually have a few of those in the categories. All right, here's what you're playing for. Trying to qualify for the grand prize drawing. Trip to Las Vegas, the MGM Grand. 2 nights, $150 gift card, and tickets to, not really 80s or maybe some 90s, Disturbed, Ghost, or Pantera in Las Vegas. Tickets for all 3 shows available now at Ticketmaster.com. Here are your category choices. We got a call to arms, 5 song titles and artists that include the word arms somewhere. Playing for keeps, that was 5 song titles that include the word keep. And Smokestack, our new category, 5 song titles and artists with smoke somewhere in their name. So a call to arms, playing for keeps, and Smokestack. Greg, what's it going to be?
Playing for keeps.
Playing for keeps. Okay. I actually think this one is pretty tough, so keep that in mind. Rated an 8 out of 10 on my difficulty scale. We look for 5.
Is it too late to change?
Nope, it's too late. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's tough for Woods too, just because it's tough for you. Maybe you win 1-1 or 1-0. 5 song titles that include the word keep. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. Pass if you don't know one. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question's the 2-second song. Paulie, queuing up the music. You need to give me the song title and the artist to score that point. And remember, keep in all the answers. Greg, are you ready to play?
Ready.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Category is playing for keeps. Greg, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
Keep on loving you, REO Speedwagon.
Correct. In his 1982 debut solo album, Michael McDonald says he does what every time you're near? Michael McDonald also had the lead vocals for which 1976 Doobie Brothers song that played during Forrest Gump's cross-country jog in the 1994 movie?
Pass.
Set Me Free, Why Don't You, Baby, is the first line from which 1966 Motown classic by the Supremes?
Keep Me Hanging On.
Correct. Get Out the Umbrella for which song written by Burt Bacharach and performed by B.J. Thomas for the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?
Keep the Sunshine Going.
Incorrect. In his 1982 debut solo album, Michael McDonald says he does what every time you're near?
Keep Falling in Love.
Incorrect. Michael McDonald also had the lead vocals for which 1976 Doobie Brothers song that played during Forrest Gump's cross-country jog in the 1994 movie? Time is up. That is It Keeps You Running. And Michael McDonald's solo is I Keep Forgetting. And Danny Thomas or BJ Thomas is Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. But you did get 2. Might be good enough for a tie today. Let's bring Woods back in. He doesn't even get the category. Even tougher for him, Greg. Hang on the line. All right, let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Woods, your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck. Let's take on Greg.
Keep on Loving You, REO Speedwagon.
Correct. In his 1982 debut solo album, Michael McDonald says he does what every time you're near?
Pass.
Michael McDonald also had lead vocals for which 1976 Doobie Brothers song that played during Forrest Gump's cross-country jog in the 1994 movie?
He did lead vocals on... That's all I can think of is Running on Empty. No, pass.
Set Me Free, Why Don't You, Baby, is the first line from which 1966 Motown classic by the Supremes.
Keep Me Hanging On.
Correct. Get Out the Umbrella for which song written by Burt Bacharach and performed by B.J. Thomas for the movie Butch Cassidy?
Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head.
Correct. In his 1982 debut solo album, Michael McDonald says he does what every time you're near?
Pass.
Michael McDonald also had lead vocals for which 1976 Doobie Brothers song that played during Forrest Gump's cross-country jog in the 1994 movie?
Hurry. Looking at my tanks.
It Keeps You Running. But you did get a 3-2 win. Snuck it out over Greg. I told you that was a tougher category today. Keep was the word. And then I keep forgetting. Every time you're near.
You keep putting Michael McDonald. 2 Michael McDonald questions.
Well, he had 2 keep songs, so I had 2 Michael McDonalds in there. Greg, thank you for playing. I'm sorry if we have ruined your
Nobody
day.
sings like that.
You will also now have to be proxy for one of us at the beach cleanup later today because you lost.
Okay.
So
okay. No one sings like that.
You know the song, you can sing it.
Yeah, but nobody sings like that.
You do.
Why does he sing like that?
And you do it well.
Hmm.
It's good to be distinctive.
It is.
And he is distinctive.
Does he talk like that?
No, I saw him interviewed on CBS Sunday Morning.
Oh, you did?
Talk like that, but he can sing like that for sure. All right, we'll come back with a Big League Wednesday. Brett Boone will check in. His bi-monthly or bi-weekly visit.
Stop
right now.
Just stop.
Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, listen up, gang. If times are tight at your home, but you own your home, you can get cash out of your home's equity, refinance out of a high rate, or do a home improvement project. Loan Pronto can help make it happen for you in just a matter of days. Take advantage of this opportunity and get tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home's equity. You can use that money to pay off your credit cards. You can pay off your car loans. The average homeowner will do this, cut their monthly bills by about $1,000. That's not bad at all. Get more info at loanpronto.com. Inflation, higher costs put a lot of people in, I would say, stressful financial situations these days. But again, if you own a home, there's a way out. Loan Pronto has multiple options that can help you get the financial freedom you deserve. Most homeowners get their cash in less than 2 weeks. Most don't even need an appraisal. Do the smart thing. Stop paying insane rates on those credit cards. Wipe them out. Get a lower mortgage rate. Get some money for that home improvement project. All starts by getting in contact with the experts. Loan Pronto by going to loanpronto.com or call 619-207-4336, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Got our lineup of weekly guests, including Brett Boone, who's standing by on a Big League Wednesday. And don't forget, this Friday, we got the Manager's Report with Mike Schilt at 9 a.m. here on Ben & Woods. The Manager's Report is refreshed by Eco Water SoCal. Try alkaline water for just $9.95 a month. Eco Water SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925. I'm curious to hear what Brett has to say. Have we played enough of the season to start making, I don't know, conclusions?
No. I think he'll say no.
Well, we'll see what he has to say. Brett's standing by. We will get to him right after this check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by local and veteran-owned Kearney Mesa Volkswagen. What is up with the North County, especially southbound 15? Got this crash before El Norte Parkway. It's in the center divide. Now getting reports of an accident just past Auto Parkway. That one's blocking the fast lane. Then another crash before Bernardo Center. This one has cleared over to the right shoulder. Sycamore on-ramp to eastbound 78. Stalled vehicle. Now collision blocking the Otay Mesa Road on-ramp to northbound 125. Couple vehicles involved in that. Spring savings are on at Kearney Mesa Volkswagen, your veteran-owned local dealership in San Diego. Get a 2025 Jetta Sport for just $249 a month, or a 2025 Taos SE for $259 a month, tariff-free. For more details about these specials, go to KearneyMesaVolkswagen.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And we're joined right now by Odyssey MLB insider Brett Boone. Insider calls are presented by Grainger with supplies and solutions for every industry. Grainger has the right product for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Brett, also the host of the Brett Boone podcast, featuring the most notable names in MLB and around sports every week. And Brett, last time we talked to you, the Padres were 7-0, still on a pretty good run. They're 14-4, best record in baseball. So through 18 games, has enough of the season been played that we can start thinking that this may be what we're in store for this season, that the Padres are going to be a really good team?
They're really good. But a year ago, you remember, or not a year ago, but last year in the playoffs, I sat here and I just thought, Padres could win the World Series. They're really good.
Yep.
We thought we had the Dodgers, and the Dodgers ended up turning that series around and ended up winning the World Series. But I'm equally impressed with this start. I don't think you're going to play at a 14-4 clip for 162. No. But this is the real deal. I've been to 2 games. Colorado comes in. Yeah, they're the worst team, one of the worst teams in baseball. But to shut them out 3 days in a row, that's a big league team still. That's impressive. This bullpen, really good. You lost Tanner Scott, but you still have Adam and Suarez at the end. And Suarez, he's kind of, over the last year or two, he's become kind of my favorite closer out there. He just comes in and just gets it done.
He looks so calm, doesn't he? Like he just looks, he's got great. That, he's not that like jumpy closer that needs all that adrenaline and stalks around the mound.
There's no fanfare. It's just give me the ball. Let's go. Get in the box. And I'm going to stick this ball, you know where. I love it. Adam, as a hitter, I watch Adam and it makes me, I get the cold sweat because Because, there were certain guys, I wouldn't have minded a Suarez. Yeah, he's going to be tough at the end of the game. But Adam, if you really watch the way he short arms the ball, and it's tough for me to really explain and be and be really clear, but it's things I see as a hitter, the way he short arms the ball and just flings it. It's so tough with his motion, with his mechanics, to decipher the difference between a fastball and a breaking ball. Because it comes out and it just, that's a breaking ball. And now you got me. I've already committed and I'm gone. It gives me nightmares because I remember certain guys like that when they just shot it out, that short arm little flippy delivery. I couldn't pick it up, and it didn't matter how prominent the name was or how it just average middle of the road reliever. It gives me shit. But he's great. He's proven to be one of the best late inning game guys out there. That bullpen, really good. King is turning into a superstar. I kind of had that feeling when he came over in the trade from the Yankees. I'd watched him in the bullpen, and I said, this guy's special. Pavetta, great late off-season pickup. I think under the radar, overrated. It kind of went. It kind of got, wasn't that big of a deal, but I thought it was great. Vasquez has been really good so far, and you got Darvish. When Darvish comes back, you're going to have another big time pitcher. Yeah, he's getting a little bit older, but I don't know. And the resilience of this team, the extra players, what they're doing. Tatis is off to an MVP start. Machado's doing what Machado does, and I think this Jackson Merrill, and I know he's on the IL right now. He's just going to be a special player. I think he's legitimately added to that team 3 superstars. And I don't mean to disrespect Arise, who wins batting titles every year. But this Jackson Merrill kid's a special player. I just think whatever Schilt has done since he's taken over, he's done a really good job. He's got control of that clubhouse. It's a good vibe. Guys seem like they like playing with one another. And with this division, I've got some surprises. Dodgers are just the Dodgers. They're going to be really good. It's going to come down to that at the end. You got to beat the Dodgers. But San Fran, out of nowhere. I expected them to do a little more a year ago. But the way they've started, surprising. I look at that roster up and down. I look at that pitching staff, very solid, formidable. I don't see that lasting as long. I see that the longevity of the Padres and Dodgers being there. I think Arizona's better, but I think this is shaping up early on. This is the best division in baseball, and the Padres I have to put up there. If you're going to future forecast of guys that wouldn't surprise you if in the World Series, Padres definitely in this on the small list of best teams in baseball.
Booney, you were talking about Jason Adam, having to face a guy like that would give you nightmares, right? Just because of the angle, the weird way he throws it. It's unorthodox, right? And
spits it out.
Yeah, just kind of spits it, and it's hard to decipher. I was wondering what a guy like Alec Jacob. I don't know if you've seen him pitch much. That sidearm slinger for a right-hander for you. Did you hate the guys that came in really low?
I'll tell you what. Yeah, every right-hander in the world will tell you. There's no way any right-handed hitter I've ever played with or against will say, hey, I hope they bring in the submarine. Those guys are really fun. But, through my career, I actually had a lot of success off those guys. And I don't know what the reason was. Every time I knew they were coming in, I'm like, that angle, and I've got to change things a little bit in my setup, get both my eyes pointed at the pitcher so I really see it. I don't know if I concentrated more when the side armor came in because it was so different, but I actually ended up having success. Doesn't mean I liked facing them. It's like certain pitchers. I did okay in my career off Pedro Martinez, but that doesn't mean I liked facing
That's
them.
fair.
I knew I was in for a battle and nasty, but yeah, those side armors definitely give you a different angle. But we always think, and I remember my dad telling me this. He said, Brett, side armors are side armors for a reason. I said, why? He said, because they're not good enough to pitch conventionally. They've got to find a trick out there. And that really stuck with me. And I'm not demeaning any side armor. There were some great ones. Eckersley, you want to call him a side armor? I don't know if he was a side armor. He was a lower than 3/4 and one of the best Hall of Fame closer. But side armors, for the most part, it's like, they kicked around the minor leagues. It wasn't working a certain way. And they just one day in the bullpen said, let's throw it from here and see what happens. So, definitely not fun. You never want, because I don't think you see them a lot. So it's always different. It's like facing a knuckleballer.
Yeah.
Every knuckleballer is not a stud, but you don't want to face the knuckleball just because it's so different and we don't get any reps off.
Talking to Brett Boone, Insider Calls, brought to you by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers professional-grade supplies and solutions. Call Grainger.com or just stop by. So last night's game featured something that I've never seen. I don't know if anyone's ever seen it. Manny Machado at the plate, pops one up, foul. Kyle Tucker down the right field line, drops it. Then pops one up right at home plate, drifts just a little bit foul. The third baseman drops it. So he's got 2 errors and a third chance, and then hits a home run off Imanaga. I mean, big leaguers, they drop pop-ups occasionally. You see it maybe every couple of weeks. But
rarely back-to-back.
But rarely back-to-back. Same batter gets a third chance. So this is unheard of. But I wanted to ask you, when you make an error like that in the field, you drop something.
I've never done that.
Well, I'm sure you haven't. What's the feeling like? How badly do you want the pitcher to pick you up in that situation? Like, please get the next guy out and don't make me wear this. I mean, what is that feeling like for a big leaguer? They expect you to make every play.
Right. That's an underrated, you don't think about the times where you really picked your pitcher up and turned that big, unlikely double play for him. But as a defender, we don't think like that. We could have the perfect year where you make 2 errors the whole year. It didn't cost you. But all of a sudden in that final game, you make 1 error that leads to a run. That eats at you. And every time I did it in my career, I'd come into the dugout and I would just look at our starter and I just want to give him a hug. And I am so sorry.
Would you say something to him?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Every single time I just, it's like you're distraught. It's like being in a alternating shot in golf and you let your partner down because you shanked one into the lake.
Been there.
I just would go to him and I'd feel so bad. And you feel so much better if you do something later in the game to help the cause. But yeah, I've been there. You feel horrible. And as a hitter, that second one drops. And as a hitter, you're starting to smile like, maybe I should go to Vegas after this game, especially when you come through and hit the home run. So yeah, as a fielder, absolutely that eats at you. It's one of the worst feelings you have is when you let your pitcher down, because defense is something that shouldn't go away. I always thought that. I'm gonna hit some days. I'm not gonna hit some days, but there's no excuse for me not always to play defense and play it at a high level. So yeah, that used to really eat at me.
What about we talked about it earlier in the week, Booney, about what did we all miss about the San Diego Padres team? We knew they were going to be good. Yeah, we knew they were going to be good. They had good core coming back, but I don't think anybody could have expected this start. What did we all, the pundits, miss about the San Diego Padres?
Well, I don't think necessarily we missed. You saw the only thing you thought is, wow, this offseason, look what our counterparts down the street are doing.
Yep.
The Dodgers adding all these people. They're taking Tanner Scott from us. We lost Musgrove, our horse, at the top of the rotation, and we didn't win the World Series this year. So explain to me how we're better.
Right.
That was the thought process. You lost the kid in left field. He went on to Atlanta. Well, he's been suspended since then. But Profar, he had a great year for him. So you lose Profar. Musgrove isn't available. Darvish comes out of the chute on the IL. And you lost Tanner Scott in the bullpen, one of the best closers in the game. So on paper, you can't possibly be better, right? No, it doesn't say that. But all of a sudden, you got Tatis and Jackson Merrill, who was a great player a year ago. But I think he's up the ante. He's kind of more seasoned this year. And last year, it's like, wow, look at this young kid. He's going to be a good player. Well, now we're at the point where, no, he is a good player and a star that's probably going to be an annual MVP candidate. So little maturations like that from last year to this year, I think have helped. I love the fact, I know Cronenworth, we don't know what's going to happen with him day to day coming back, but I like moving him back to second base. I think he's going to thrive playing there every day. He's comfortable in that position. Bogart's back at short. I like that. Whether you like it defensively, you don't. I just like guys being comfortable when they take the field on where they're playing. I think that really helps on the offensive side. And I still thought all along, I said, guys, you lost Tanner Scott, but you still got Adam. You still got Suarez. The other guys are great too. They were great a year ago. I don't think they had their best year. But Matsui and Peralta, I've always liked these guys. Estrada, they're just all really good. And then the last one was the Pivetta. The Pivetta at the last minute was the one real difference maker pickup I think these guys got. But it's just they're playing as a unit. They look like they enjoy playing baseball with each other. So I think a year ago, yeah, they could have won the World Series a year ago. Don't get me wrong. If it takes a little bit of a different turn in that Dodgers series. You got a different scenario. It didn't. Dodgers prevailed, but this is a really good team, and they're putting themselves in position early to really make a run. You got to stay healthy, just like everybody in today's game, because injuries are so prevalent. But they're going to put themselves in position, I think, like they did a year ago, to make a late postseason run.
Booney, good talking to you as always. We'll talk to you again in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, was Odyssey MLB Insider Brett Boone. Insider Calls presented by Grainger, with supplies and solutions for every industry. Grainger has the right product for you. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. So since you asked him that question, now I can't ask him during the roundtable because he's already answered it.
Yeah, don't ask him during the roundtable. You can ask it tomorrow. Just don't call on me.
Just don't call.
Well, I'll be picking up garbage. I'll be picking up garbage.
You like the question though, because you used it on Brett Boone.
Yeah, it's a good question.
You like the question. Yep. You just don't want to have to answer.
I don't
want
to have to answer it 3 times. Yeah,
I get that. I am watching on Twitter here, and I don't know how I missed this. You see what happened with Omar Cruz last night?
No,
for, El Paso. So bases were loaded.
Wait, that was against us?
That was against us. Yeah, the Albuquerque Isotopes had the bases loaded. He walked in a run, and then they threw it back to him, and he dropped it, and then it got away, and then another run scored, and then they threw it away. Bases clearing walk.
That was on Omar Cruz. I had no idea. All right, great.
Omar Cruz.
I mentioned it earlier. I don't think I actually said Leo got pulled from a game last night. Leo Dallas DeVries got pulled from a game, and no one really knew why. I mean, you pull your number one, number 2 prospect. People think he gets traded. Nope. They say it potentially was for disciplinary reasons. So maybe he didn't.
But you don't know that for sure.
I don't know for sure, but I got a text.
Speculation.
But yeah, maybe he didn't run out a ground ball or something. They do that. They do that in the minor league.
I mean, he's 18. Yeah.
This is going to happen.
This is where you teach him these lessons, and hopefully you don't have to ever teach him again, especially at the big league level.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again to Brett Boone. We got 1 hour to go, including our Rundle Report. We got an early baseball game today. We will preview that. All coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Big game wrapping up the second homestand of the season for the San Diego Padres. And I just wanted to point out, last night, I don't believe they were giving away anything to the complete crowd. There was the Minecraft, I think, theme ticket giveaway, but that's only
hat. Yeah,
that's not. Most people do not have theme tickets for games like that. Yet still, 42,492 on a coldish Tuesday school night, work night at Petco Park. 10th sellout of the season for your San Diego Padres. The fans are bringing it.
Bring the heat
every night. They were into it. They didn't lift them to the win last night, but I heard them. I absolutely heard them, and it is so impressive, Padres fans. What are you doing? I mean, the visiting broadcasters are coming in going, this is amazing. This is absolutely incredible what's going on in San Diego. And as a lifelong San Diegan, I just couldn't be more thrilled to see what's happened here with baseball fans. I mean, couldn't be more thrilled. It was like a dream that I never even knew I had because I didn't think it was possible.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. Like you didn't see the potential in that. And I saw Kyle Glazer did a really nice piece about, it was an audio piece on his podcast talking about how this truly is the legacy of Peter Seidler. That's what he wanted. That was his vision. This is his vision. And Padres fans are living it out every single night. And the players are responding in kind as well, which is just kind of the perfect storm of greatness right now. And going out and winning this series today would be amazing. Hit the flight off to Houston on a high note. Houston's a team that's a little bit down this year. The road back to where they were last year, Ben, is right in front of them. And obviously everything being health dependent, and you need a lot of luck to break your way, and a lot has. I thought last night you saw some of the bounces and some of the breaks. I mean, honestly, Jeremiah Estrada getting that ball back, hit back to him. Like, he makes that throw 98 times out of 100.
Rushed it a little bit. Didn't have to go so fast.
Absolutely did not
but
have to go.
You see plenty of pitchers have trouble. I think that's natural. When you're so locked in with your precision delivery every time, and then you got to throw it basically 60 feet, 6 inches the other way off a side hill line. You're not winding up. All right. I understand it at least.
It's one of those things where a couple of years ago that play happens. Cubs score 6 runs.
They fall
there's no doubt, and no doubt in my mind. Xander, he probably could have picked it, but that's not on him. You got to make it. You got to hit him in the chest there. It's an easy 1-6.
Xander didn't have a good game, but I wasn't riding him for not getting that ball as he's running to it and then sliding and trying to grab it. It would have been an amazing play if he had picked that.
But that is a play that snowballs on this team a couple of years ago, by far. I mean, just no question. We saw it too many times, and they have not let things snowball this year. They've gotten a lot of breaks their way, and man, you can get right back to where you were last year if you keep playing this way. It's truly been incredible.
Today, a getaway day Wednesday, workday day game. I'm curious because I think there's going to be another fairly large crowd at Petco Park. Most baseball teams would be thrilled with 15 to 20,000 on a day Wednesday, April during school getaway day. You get 16,000 in Minnesota, they'd be through the moon. And I feel like we're going to see another number that starts with a 3 at least for today's game, which is nuts. And it's 1:10 first pitch. Matthew Boyd against Nick Pivetta. Padres lose the rematch against Shota Imanaga. Can they win the rematch against Matthew Boyd? Remember, Nick Pivetta struggled against the Cubs his last time out, had trouble in just about every inning, ended up getting knocked out of the game. 3 innings in that start, I believe, against the Cubs the last time out. But then he bounced back from that one, coming off an insanely good start to open this homestand.
Insane.
And we'll see if he can carry that momentum. He's been really good at Petco Park. Has not been as good away from Petco Park. If he can bookend this homestand with 2 outstanding starts, Padres go 5-1 on the homestand if they win this one and hit the road with a 15-4 record. There'd be nothing to complain about at all in the world of the San Diego Padres.
No, I would love to win it today.
Pivetta, it was that Saturday game. He went 3 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned. 3 walks and 4 strikeouts.
Just one of those kind of cruddy Chicago days.
A lot of traffic.
Right?
Wasn't great.
Yeah, stay locked in. Go out and pitch like you did last time, and we'll be in good shape.
Now, if they do lose it, certainly don't hit the panic button. They'll still have the best record in baseball, but you'll be taking a 2-game losing streak onto the road to Houston and Detroit. Houston's not quite the Astros of the last few years, but they're still a good team with good players. Yordan Alvarez homered yesterday. They're going to give you trouble. Detroit is a team that made the playoffs last year, and that's a lot of travel for the San Diego Padres. And by the way, I was looking at the schedule in May for the San Diego Padres. They have a gnarly travel schedule for the month of May. So get this, they start the month of May. And so think about this because they've played a lot of home games so far, but they start the month of May at Pittsburgh. So they fly from here to Pittsburgh on May 1st.
Cross country.
Then Pittsburgh, short trip to Yankee Stadium. Then they fly to Denver and play in altitude for 3 games.
Oh boy.
Then they come back home just for 6. Then they turn right back around and go to Toronto, cross the border, across the entire continent. And then from Toronto, because it's such an easy flight, they go down to Atlanta from there, then back across the country for 6 more to end the month at home.
It's like zigzag.
Boom, boom, middle, back, over, up, down.
Wow.
I mean, the month of May is a fairly gnarly month for the San Diego Padres. So make as much hay here as you can possible, and you have in the month of April, because it's not going to line up for you quite as well every single month of the year. And when you look at May, that one definitely is shaping up as a challenging month for the Padres.
Excellent. I'll look at little numbers for you. With Matthew Boyd on the bump today, Benjamin, little preview of today's game. If you'll give me a moment.
I'm giving you a moment.
Just vamp.
No
Last week,
pressure.
when we faced Boyd, he went 6 scoreless, 5 hits, walked 1, struck out 5.
He's a lefty. Padres have all of their losses this year have been with lefty starters on the mound. I believe 3-4 was the note from Macy's newsletter this morning. So of their losses, all of them have come with a lefty starter. Now they've won 3 as well. But against righty starters, that means they're 11-0 against righties and 3-4 against lefties this year. It's definitely been the vulnerability for your San Diego Padres.
Manny's hit him well. Oscar Gonzalez has hit him well. Elias Diaz has hit him well. Luis Ariz has hit him well. The rest, not so much. Tatis Jr., just 3 ABs, hasn't gotten a knock off him yet. But on the other side, against Nicky P, let's see. Carson Kelly, I think he might still be hurt. I'm not sure. He hasn't played yet.
Nicky P, huh?
Dansby Swanson, who hits nobody well, has hit Nick Pivetta pretty well. 313 clip. Got a lot of ABs against him. 32 ABs, which is by far the most. And Justin Turner, watch out for him. He's hit 2 bombs in 8 at bats off him, batting .625.
I think I mean, maybe this is just me, but if I were Craig Counsell, Justin Turner would not be batting 3rd. In my order. No. I'm surprised. I know he's got the veteran experience, but when you have Michael Busch and Pete Crow Armstrong looking as solid as they do, I'd move one of those guys up in my lineup and move Justin Turner down. He's definitely showing a little bit of the vulnerability that age brings to everybody, a little slower on the fastballs. Now, I think Mudd made a great point. When he came up late in the game, he was going, I don't know that Robert Suarez wants to throw that changeup to Justin Turner and speed up his bat, because he can still hurt you.
Yep.
No doubt about it, but he's definitely having trouble catching up with the fastball.
It's a great AB by him.
Oh yeah, and he can draw walks.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a good eye. I mean, he still knows what he's doing up there. I just feel like he's hitting 1 something, and I just feel like the Cubs have better options for higher up in their order, and maybe they're doing the old, and we're not making any changes in April, and we'll reevaluate sometime in May, and rework the lineup when it's called for, because they're off to a good start too. I mean, the Cubs are 11-7 or something.
Yep.
I mean, they're like the Padres. It's tough to make big changes when you're winning, and the Padres are winning. And even though they've got some vulnerabilities in their lineup, I can understand why Mike Shilt's not ready to make major changes at the bottom of his order. People want to see Yuli Gurriel gone. Some people want to see Jason Hayward gone. Start calling up the Tirso or Nellises. There's no guarantee that Tirso is going to hit on the big league level. They called up Connor Joe. We'll see if he can get the job done at all. I would think maybe he gets a start today.
I would imagine
with the left-hander on the mound, and give him last night. Obviously, not a good at bat, but that's 1AB. He could still be a helpful piece, but people want them to make changes. It's not easy to make changes when the team's winning.
No, it's not easy at all. And I would imagine. And speaking of lineup, we should have one soon. I would imagine, right? Maybe
I would think before the end
ends.
of the show. Usually, late in the 9 o'clock hour, the lineup comes out. So, we will see what happens. And I think if they're getting close to a change on anyone, and they're probably not. Yeah, Yuli Gurriel is the one who's I think it is the first one that's on the hottest seat at this point.
For good reason.
Had the one big pinch hit that gave him that 1-0 win. Other than that,
another RBI single, I think.
It's been about it for his contributions this year. And you're not going to get much, if anything, defensively. He's played a little first base, but mostly he's DHing. But who is the guy that you want to replace him on the roster? With the injuries right now, you don't even have that much depth anymore to even choose from.
He's got as many RBIs as he does hits, 3. 3 for 26, robust 115 average, OBP of 207, and a OPS of 361. For your designated hitter, you want Yuli off the bench to try to yak one later, fine. But I understand people have been forced and pressed into action with some of the injuries, but there's got to be a better option right now for the San Diego Padres. And look, despite it all, they're still winning at a really nice clip. So, I do wonder how long that leash is going to be.
All right. Coming up, we still have the Roundel Report. We also have another pair of tickets to give away on our next segment.
When's the lineup?
No, we do not.
We don't have another pair of tickets?
Nope. I was going to tell you about that off the air, but we do not have a pair of tickets today. We will get back to that tomorrow.
Interesting. All right.
What about the lineup?
We don't have maybe we'll have a lineup.
No, the lineup.
The lineup.
Ben's lineup.
Your lineup.
Oh, my lineup.
We'll go to commercial break. You and I, let's go take a lap and see who's here.
All right. We will come back and
I'll
see if I can identify some coworkers that are around the building. Coming up after a check of traffic with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan. You know what? Maybe they can't identify me anymore because I've lost so much weight. I look like a whole different person thanks to SDFatLoss.com. Hey, challenge me for a segue. I will come up with a segue for you. Right now with SDFatLoss.com, you can take advantage of their spring special. Get $200 off. And I get it. Some people are going, why should I pay for a weight loss program? I'll just do it myself. All I can tell you is that it helped me immensely lose the weight. And the guidance I got from the counselors, knowing what to eat, when to eat, it really did help. And I think the accountability is huge as well. If you really want to lose the weight, this is a way that so many tier ones have successfully lost up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days. I feel fantastic. Less back pain, more energy during my day. It is truly life-changing, and I have to thank SDFatLoss.com for it. There's no injections. There's no mixes or bars or shakes to buy, and you don't even have to exercise to lose the weight. Just follow the program. It works. Set up your free consultation by going to SDFatLoss.com. Go now, SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Well, speaking of coworkers, Woods just went out and collected a bunch of photographs of our coworkers in the building to test me.
I feel like they're on a call, and so they couldn't come in here in person.
I like the photographic. At least I don't have to look them straight in the eye when I don't know their names.
Correct.
I do know Matt Scraby's name, and Paulie just shared something with me. I was about to give away those Warren Haynes band tickets, which we were supposed to be giving away every single day this week.
Mm-hmm.
Scraby just got it in his head and gave away our pair last night on his show. So now we don't have a pair to give away today. So good for the Scrabinators, bad for the tier one.
I didn't know you were going to tease that. I was literally going to tell you during the commercial break. I got an email yesterday. It says, said, hey, Paul, do you mind skipping the giveaway tomorrow? Scravy accidentally gave out a pair, and we only have 5 pairs. Sometimes we'll have like 15 pairs, one each show every day of the week. Sometimes it's only mornings and afternoons. Sometimes it's only one show has the giveaway. This is one of those instances. We had 5 pairs of tickets for 5 Ben and Woods mornings.
I think it's on now. Next time we see a giveaway that Gwen and Chris or Scraby are doing,
that's going to the tier ones.
We're just giving it to the tier ones.
That's a good bit. Start stealing each other's. Now we're on first, but if they got notification of something in the afternoon, they're like, guess what? We got Padres tickets for you guys. Doesn't Scrabinator do a Scrabinator night in the suite?
He does.
Let's just give it away, all of them, to the tier ones.
Tier ones.
Hey, the next 20 callers, you're going to the suite. Can you imagine? Oh my God, that is so freaking funny. If it was anybody else, I'd be mad, but it was Scraby, and it kind of makes sense.
Scraby's on the round table. I can identify everybody on the round table. That's
I would
all
hope
of
so.
our on-air staff, at least. I know I'm good. But what about the rest of the Odyssey San Diego crew?
All right, Paulie, I've got 9 pictures. I had to run. They're on a call. I had to run.
Remember,
from
I've
desk to
only
desk.
worked here for what?
6 years.
6 years.
Correct. All right, so I'm going to hold it up.
All right. So what do I now? Do I just need first names, or do I need first and last names?
No, first name's fine. First name's
credit.
fine. Ready?
Oh, okay.
Number 1.
First one. That is Dorothy.
Yes, very good. All right, ding me.
Yeah.
Out of 9, how many does he get?
Okay.
Out of 9, I will
Set
say
the over under at
I guess 2. I still like 3.5, but I'll say 3.
3.5 is fine.
4.5.
All right.
Come on.
I think he gets 4. All right, ready? That's Brett.
Who?
Brett.
We don't have a Brett.
Yeah, we do.
What does he do?
He's right there.
In sales. That's him.
We have a
You can
Brett
go-
in
you can go
sales.
meet him right now.
I've literally never worked with Brett in my life.
Ready?
Okay. That is George.
Good.
That's George.
Got it.
George is so nice.
So nice.
Yeah, he always has a bow tie on.
Always.
That is Mitch.
Nope, that's Rick.
Rick. That's Rick? Wait.
Yeah, he's the one that set up all of our opening day broadcasts for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Then I don't know who I'm going to guess on when I who thought who Rick was later. Sorry. No clue. I don't even have a guess.
Paulie?
Laura?
Laura. What does Laura do? Sales assistant?
Sales.
That is M. Peter.
Yep.
I know M. Peter. I know him. I definitely know him.
That's Kevin.
Kevin. Yep, really?
Sure is.
Tony.
Yes, nailed it.
Okay. Amanda.
Nope, that's Jessica. She handles all
Jessica.
trust and will for you.
Oh, that's
Yep,
Jessica.
correct. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I got a lot of emails from her. What did I get? 4?
Yeah.
Over?
Yeah, you hit the over. You got M. Peter, George, Tony, and
He might have only gotten 3.
he might have only gotten 3.
I got M. Peter.
M. Peter.
I got
Go through your phone again.
Tony.
You got all
I
the
got
pictures.
George. And I got the first one was Dorothy.
Oh, Dorothy.
Yeah, you got
So I
Dorothy.
got 4. But there was one that you were saying
4
to
out
Paul
of 9.
that you didn't even know who it was.
No, I know who it was.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You
He was
asked-
asking-
you had
he was
Pauly.
checking
I was
me.
checking Paul.
He was making. I was going
Oh.
through every single picture and be like, "Yep,
That's
yes,
Laura.
yes.
I love Laura. 4 out of 9. Gee, I wonder why we're a culture problem here at 97.3.
This guy over here.
To be fair, I'm gone before a lot of these people get in.
So am I. So's Paulie.
I know.
We've been here for about 2 hours.
And six
I have
years
more
and 2
I
hours.
have more coworkers to try to remember. I have double the coworkers to remember because I have 2.
Mitch is
full-time
my
jobs.
Oh, it's
there's,
Mitch.
There's no Mitch. And Adam says in the chat, it's not only he didn't know their names, he also guessed names that don't even work here. There's no Mitch or Amanda here.
She looks like an Amanda.
She
though,
does.
kind of.
She does. She looks a
No,
little
you know
bit-
how people just kind of look like a
Yeah.
name sometimes?
Yep. You look like a Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've never really gotten the story, but the one M. Peter.
Right.
It's not an initial.
It is.
No.
It's just an M.
It's just an M.
M.
His
Yeah.
name's not like
It's
Michael.
not. No, it's not
Peter.
Michael Peter. It's just an M.
Hmm.
And I never got
Who was that
story.
that just walked by?
I didn't see her.
Program director of KSON.
Program director.
Yeah. Brand manager.
He's here every day.
Every day. Can hear him cackling up and down the halls.
Oh, that's Scotty. then.
Yeah.
Scotty.
Okay. You would have gotten 5 out of 10.
Scotty.
That's 500.
I thought it was a woman that walked by, so
No.
I totally missed who it was. But at least I did know his name.
Yep.
I did not do well. I apologize to my coworkers.
It's a good bit.
It's a really good pick.
Really good
No,
bit.
it's not like M. Night Shyamalan.
It is.
I think that's his name. I think he has.
Isn't that M?
It's just like M. Night Shyamalan.
That's his
M-
name is M.
But his name is Minaj.
Oh, that's what it-
Minaj Shyamalan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think M. Peter is just M. without
There's
the
no way
period.
his first name is M.
I think his first name is literally
That's
the letter
probably what he
M.
goes by.
No, I think it's literally the letter M.
JH619 says, you guys should do this once a week. All right, it's time for the Wednesday lineup with Ben Higgins. That's Mitch. No, it's not Mitch. There's no Mitch.
How many weeks would it take for Ben to
go
finally get
9 out of
9 for 9?
We have a social media guy at Channel 10.
What's
who
his
was
name?
hired probably about year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And they just announced in an email that he was leaving for a new job. I think he was going to PBS. And I saw him and I said, Jake, we're going to miss you. And I said, I'm going to miss you most because I just learned your name about a week ago. And he laughed.
Jake. Jake. Is he the guy in the cable knit?
Yeah, that's
No,
him.
no.
Jake, yeah.
Saw him on opening day.
That was him, yeah. Did some stories. He does the vertical video type stories
Right.
that are so popular nowadays with the TikTok crowd for us.
God, I
Does a
love
good
that.
job.
JH619 says, just do it once so we can do the same photos. I'll just come in and, all right, here we go. It's Mitch, Rod.
So Jessica has the reddish hair.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to remember that now.
Okay.
Blondish red.
She's been here
Strawberry
forever. You have several clients of hers
I do.
You work with her directly.
I don't remember ever having a conversation with her, though.
No, she has. She's talked to us before.
I've emailed with her many times.
Right.
I probably talked to her more than any salesperson.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
Me too. Yeah.
She has a lot of business on the Ben and Woods show.
I'm going to put her on the calendar sometime in the summer to get 5 minutes of FaceTime.
Yeah, get a little coffee or something.
Yeah.
Sometime this summer.
I'm a busy person, Paulie. I can't just jump and drop everything to say hello to Jessica.
As great as that was, taking the pictures, them walking in one by one, like, Mitch. Nope, not Mitch. It's Rick. Would have been absolutely incredible. Incredible.
Rick.
Just
Rick
cycling them,
Neal.
Rick, cycling them in and out would have been.
What's Tony's last name?
Gonzalez.
Yeah.
So good. Loved it.
I did get Tony at least.
Yeah. Good for you.
I knew there was a Tony. I was ready to answer a Tony once or twice.
Again, there is no Mitch and there is no
Rick did the
Amanda
opening day, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I just said that.
At Baja Rick.
Yep, for the last 3
But
years.
he's not Baja Rick.
He's not Baja Rick. No, he's Rick Neal.
Totally different Rick.
It's so good. All right. Speaking of that lineup is done. Do we have a Padres lineup yet?
We will find out when we come back. We will also get some headlines. Oh, I wanted to throw in quickly before we get there. Congratulations to Brian Dutcher, who's landed another transfer portal shooter this time. Latrell Davis Woods. You might remember him.
Yeah, he is where is he from?
San Jose State. Yeah. He actually
British guy?
I
love
very
it.
Good. Yeah, we got first Brit on San Diego State team. He's what they need, a 3-point shooter.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that's what they need, a Brit on the team.
For tea time, obviously they
I'm
do.
all in on this.
Shot nearly 40% from 3-point range, had really good games at Viejas Arena, and he told Mark Ziegler, like, I went there and I played against them, but I loved it there. I loved their culture and everything. And when I entered the transfer portal, I was like hoping Dutch might give me a call, and he did. And
pretty good player.
He committed really quickly. So they've got another shooter to add to the mix for next season, which is a nice little pickup for San Diego State in the transfer portal. So, they've replaced a couple of the losses. They got the Jeremiah Oden was announced officially this week, who was the Wyoming forward that's transferring as well. And they picked up Sean Newman Jr., who's the point guard, was number 3 in assists in NCAA. So not the highest profile names, are probably not getting $1 million in NIL money each, but filling some needs for San Diego State after they lost Nick Boyd. They get some new faces in for next season's team. It's shaping up to be a pretty good squad, I think, with some preseason top 25 expectations.
Love it.
All right, we'll get to Paulie's Roundel Report and hopefully a Padres lineup for you, all coming up in the final segment of Ben and Woods next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
What's the disclaimer for memory problems when you don't know the names of your coworkers? Any one of those, actually. Hey, Ben and Woods, telling you about 7 Mile Casino. It's our place to go, and as I mentioned earlier, day game today. Make plans. Head down right after the game. If you're going down to Petco Park, it's a quick drive, 7 minutes down the 5, right there on the west side of the freeway. It's on Bay Boulevard in Chula Vista, literally on the bay. You can sit out on the patio in the afternoon, watch the sunset, have a cocktail, look at Don on his boat out off of Coronado fishing, and just enjoy yourself at 7 Mile Casino.
Got a lot to love about 7 Mile Casino. All the games that you want to play, California-style blackjack, Pai Gow, Baccarat, Texas Hold'em. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. It's upscale. It's bright. You walk in, you don't feel like you're doing anything wrong like you do at other card rooms. This is a place where you walk in. It's a smoke-free environment too. Great food, great drinks, great dealers, great everything.
I know that's a weird thing to say.
It's true.
But you're right. You walk in there and you don't feel like you're sneaking in.
That's
somewhere.
exactly right.
It's totally true.
Right.
It just feels like you're going somewhere nice and upscale that you would go to just on a normal day. Check it out. Play some cards. Enjoy yourself. Please visit 7 Mile Casino. Tell them Ben and Woods sent you. It's just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Do have a little update on the scoring of my identifying coworkers here at Odyssey. I do not get any more points, but we did have one where it was we wasn't sure if it was Laura or Lauren. Adam came to let us know officially it is Erica.
It's Erica.
So neither of you got it right either.
Whoops, daisy. Oops. Sorry about it, Erica.
Really 8 out of 9 is still pretty good.
That's pretty good. Better than 4 out of 9.
Correct. I'm still in last place.
Yes.
But it's early in the season.
That's true.
And, you get off to a slow start. It really matters how you identify employees in September and October.
Paulie and I can afford to drop a couple because we've won so many.
We're the Padres and Giants.
Yeah.
We're the Rockies.
You're the Rockies right now. That's exactly right.
Still no lineup yet. Dave Marcus has checked the line, though, so he's ready to go. We should have a radio broadcast for you at 1:10 today, and Samuel will have an Eco Water SoCal pregame show for you at 12:10 today. This segment of Ben and Woods is brought to you by Robert Half. Of course it is. At Robert Half, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why the recruiter's expertise and award-winning AI works quickly to find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today. And speaking of talent, the very talented Paul Reindl will bring you the Reindl Report after our traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring. Just a couple problems wrapping up our morning drive. North 805 near Imperial. Accident being cleared out of the fast lane. Also traveling on westbound 52 before the 15. Some debris in the 2 left lanes. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Right.
Gentlemen, how we doing?
Great.
All right, let's start off in little football news here. I think this story is fascinating on how things are going to go with Travis Hunter, 2-way player for Colorado, wherever he ends up going in the draft, which I found out is next week.
Indeed. Indeed.
And what does that mean?
It means it's time for Ben's mock draft.
That'll be coming up next Tuesday.
Oh my
yeah,
God,
I got
oh
an
my God.
ESPN notification yesterday. It was like NFL draft latest or something like that. And I go, oh yeah, it's April. When's that coming up? I'm like, oh, next Thursday. Ben's out of town Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Live on ABC 10. First round Thursday, second and third rounds on Friday as well.
So where will Travis Hunter go? We still don't know yet, but we do know that whatever team drafts Travis Hunter, he's going to want to play both sides of the ball. Now, we've talked about this in the past during the college season. Is that going to work? Can he succeed in the NFL? It's very, very rare that you see a 2-way player, but he is so confident. He said he would quit playing football if a team told him, we need you to focus on pick one or the other.
Well, I
think literally said it's game over.
It's game over.
He said it's never playing football again. I've been doing it my whole life. I love being on the football field. I feel like I could dominate on each side of the ball, so I enjoy doing it.
Well, they don't want to pay him he's a rookie.
Yeah, he'll be on a rookie deal. I don't think you get double the rookie deal just because you're playing both sides of the ball.
You don't want him to get hurt, obviously. And they do. It was one team did their evaluation, and it was one of the GMs, and I want to say it might have even been the Giants, talking about how, we see him as a receiver first, but he certainly has some ability as a corner as well. And I don't know, man.
I think there's no doubt that he can't play full time like he did in college, both sides of the ball.
Right.
Now, if he's insisting on being out there every single play, then that's going to be a problem because no team's going to want him out there literally every down of every game except for special teams. So you're either going to be in like third down packages on offense or defense, and then maybe you'll be a full time on one side of the ball, and then third down packages or something like that. And if that's fine with him, I don't mind the attitude. I like the confidence.
100%.
I like the swagger, and I think
it's a weapon too.
And I think it'll be exciting for fans. They'll want to see him used on both sides of the ball, but he's not going to be an every down, both sides of the ball player. There is a big step up from college football to the NFL.
Yes.
And I'm sure that Dion has told him this and he is ready for it, but I don't think you really know until it hits you in the face, like first training camp, first preseason games, first regular season games. This ain't college anymore.
These guys are bigger, faster, stronger,
Every single
smarter.
player is like the best one or two players on the other team you just faced in college. Every single one of them.
Every one of them.
And they're all fast. And they're all
hit
big,
hard.
And they all hit hard.
And they're all smart.
But you cannot play every play in the NFL.
There's no way.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the numbers here. He played 713 snaps on offense last year and 748 on defense. First player since at least 1976, ESPN says, to have 500 receiving yards. He had 1,100. And then 4 interceptions all in one season.
Crazy.
Pretty crazy. It's going to be fascinating to see how it plays out.
Yeah, and who takes him,
Just quick, I just saw this story. Speaking of Heisman Trophy winners, former Heisman winner Charlie Ward has just been hired as the new head coach at Florida A&M, but not football, the head basketball coach.
No kidding.
Charlie did play in the NBA for many years as well, but another Heisman Trophy winner in the news there.
Yeah, I forgot he was in the
NBA.
He won the Heisman and played in the NBA.
Speaking of
That's
two
right.
ways, two
was he
sports
Nick?
He was Nick.
Yeah,
it was Nick
right.
for a while.
Man,
Yeah, absolutely.
Old basketball Wood's coming out.
And he won the 1993 Heisman Trophy at Florida State as well.
We actually ran out of spots and don't do this for this story, but it's a don't do this for sure, even at 9:42 in the morning.
Oh, man.
Yesterday was Jackie Robinson Day, and everybody in baseball wearing the sacred number 42 on their backs, and they've been doing that for quite a while now. And it's not jarring to see that at all. What is jarring to see, though, is when a promotion goes bad, like it did yesterday for DraftKings Sportsbook. Apparently, DraftKings wanted to honor Jackie Robinson on Jackie Robinson Day
in the best way they know how.
So the way they know how to do that is by offering users a 42% profit boost on any 4-leg parlays for yesterday's MLB
What a
games.
touching tribute.
His family had to be so moved. Some
of the comments, I'm sure Jackie Robinson dreamed of one day being honored with a 42% parlay boost. I don't know why this feels racist. How are fans supposed to maintain any type of trust with these leagues?
Underdog would never, by the way.
It's the stereotypical trope in sports. Hey, players can't gamble. Hey, gambling's bad. Hey, by the way, this fourth quarter brought to you by FanDuel.
But
this prop bet
42% profit boost.
So I did a story yesterday for Channel 10 on the new Jackie Robinson Breaking Barriers exhibit that's free to go visit if you want to go. It's the Central Library downtown. It's the one you can see right there from Petco Park with the big glass top. It's up on the 8th floor, and it's really cool. I mean, you get to see some of the Negro League jerseys, Monarchs, like real authentic stuff, and some displays on Jackie Robinson, and then Johnny Ritchie, who broke the color barrier with Padres for the PCL the year after Jackie Robinson did it in 1947. He did it in 1948, and I will argue, and you tell me if you think this is correct. There's nothing more significant in the history of any sport in America
than Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier for the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. In terms of,
there's no question.
In terms of like actual real world significance, that's number one in any sport.
Yeah,
I would think.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, winners come, winners go.
Sure.
And, it's important to fans. And, we'd love to see a World Series here. But I don't know that anything will ever have the impact.
Yeah, no doubt.
That Jackie did.
Especially, in sport, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Finally, a little news you can use, possibly. So May, I did not know this, is National Burger Month. We're a couple of weeks away from the start of May. And Red Robin, my beloved Dirty Bird.
Mine as well.
I love me some Red Robin.
Me and you both.
They have a bottomless burger pass coming out.
Boy.
It's only $20. And that pass will get you a burger and a bottomless side every single day for the month of May.
Okay, can we guess? Okay, so it's 1 month, a burger and fries per day.
Or side.
Bottomless side.
Bottomless side. I don't know what the other sides are. Why would you get anything but fries?
What if it's mozzarella sticks?
All right.
They do have good fries.
A burger and bottomless side every day for a month. There's 31 days in May. So, I mean, I don't know. We're talking about probably $16 for the burger and side normally. They're not going to charge us 31 times 16. So there's got to be a discount for this.
$300.
What would you pay for that for every day? No, I think
$99.
$199. That's why I'm going to go with $199. Anything less is a good deal.
$199. Well, so they're saying the pass is good for up to $22 worth of food and beverages every day.
More than 15.
So they're saying,
Okay.
burger and a side, but up to $22 worth of food. So maybe you can get a bigger side or something. It's a max value of $682 for the month. Now, the passes are going to be I don't know how limited, but they are limited. You have to go to redrobin.com tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Pacific to buy your $20 pass.
It's $20.
Yeah, I told you.
How did we miss that?
Say that?
I missed it too.
Oh, yeah.
I missed it too.
I said at the beginning, yeah, $20.
I guess I just didn't think that was possible. So it's just $20. So it's basically a lottery.
Yeah.
You're winning the lottery.
You're getting a burger every day
burger
for
lottery.
this burger lottery.
Oh, well, everybody should enter, which is probably what they're going for. They just want a bunch of people going to their website and
filling it all out.
Putting in their
They have
names
all their
so
info.
they can, get endless Red Robin emails to their
Which
accounts.
is not the worst thing because Red Robin's
But you're getting
pretty
something
good.
if you win it. I mean, that's a good prize.
How much can you eat? Remember we made Hammer do this with Olive Garden?
Yeah.
It was like
The pasta.
the pasta pass.
Yeah. I don't know. How many days would you go? You won you got the
I
pass,
win
$20.
for $20. I'd probably go 3-4 times.
Where
I was
are
going to say,
the-
like, maybe once a week.
Where are the San Diego Red Robins now? There used to be one like right by my house in Encinitas, but it's not there
that
anymore.
one's
would be-
gone. Chili's is
that
gone.
would be dangerous. Escondido, Pauly,
Yeah, that's right by my house.
National City.
That's it.
Just the two?
Yeah.
I remember when I moved down here, actually.
There used to be one at UTC.
There was one on
It's
every
gone.
corner where I grew up. There was like 4 different Red Robins within a 5-minute drive. And I came down here. I'm like, there's only one in San Diego?
That sucks.
Is there still one in Mission Valley at the?
I don't think there is. I think it's just the Escondido North County Mall
Plaza Bonita
and Plaza Bonita.
and yeah.
Well, I'm not
North
gonna.
County Fair.
I'm not going to sign up because I don't want to take it away from Pauly.
Paul,
You should sign up.
Yeah, I
actually.
mean,
It's
yeah,
right
you
down the
know,
street.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can do it.
Set an alarm for 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, you spend more in gas trying to find one. Calls a day. Yeah, that sucks that they closed that one by you. I
It's also
love it.
probably not the healthiest choice to go with
No,
burgers and fries every single day.
tell that to my 4-year-old, who is pretty much all he'll eat, and fruit.
21, 19-year-olds as well.
Yeah.
Still have the same
palate.
Same kind of palates.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fair
for
enough.
sure.
Fair
they
enough.
They like the burgers and fries. Actually, my son likes the Red Robin fries so much he bought the Red Robin seasoning, and we've got Costco
I've had
fries.
that.
They'll put a handful in the air fryer, fry them up, dust some of the Red Robin seasoning on
Yeah,
it,
it's
and
one of
then
the
have
more-
his own fries.
It's one of the more
at home.
brilliant hacks that I've ever heard. That's news you can use.
Yeah.
Where do you get it? At
Red
Red Robin?
I think
Buy it
you can.
online?
I think you can buy it
I think
at
he
stores.
can buy. I think you can get it at like Walmart or something. He found it somewhere and bought the seasoning.
Yeah, it looks
so,
like a
you know.
like a big shaker, and it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Air fries up the Costco fries and then puts the Red Robin seasoning right there on top.
Fantastic idea.
Somehow that always ends with food with us.
It does.
Paulie kind of
Paulie does it
in
on
that
purpose.
direction.
Yeah.
I know my audience.
At the end of shows. It's fine.
I'm starving now.
Like talking about
How did you gain all the weight?
From Paulie.
Red Robin Pass.
Paulie sent us a Red Robin Pass. Yeah, you should sign up. See if you win it.
I will.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Thank you, Paulie. Appreciate you. All right, wrap us up, Ben. 4 minutes.
4 minutes. I only needed 70 seconds to do the entire NBA.
Yeah, good.
What am I going to do for 4 minutes? I thought I'd give you the Padres lineup. Don't think Schulte has come through for
They're
us.
lagging on this right now.
Hang on. Let's guess.
10:03.
I'll say 10:06.
Oh, I thought you wanted to guess the lineup.
It usually comes out. Right before we get off the air. It's usually the last thing we end with on a day game.
I know. Usually it's on already. So, yeah, 10:01.
Is he agonizing over some decisions here?
I wonder if they're playing. Maybe they're playing our show in the clubhouse right now.
Potentially.
Guys getting in, getting ready, and Schulte's like, I got an idea.
Watch this.
I'm going to say Connor Joe is going to be in left.
Okay. I'll say Hayward's back in center.
Alternate, maybe Tyler Wade back in center today. They're going to go small Schilt ball with lots of bunts and stuff.
By the way, so it's a very small sample size, but Sammy tweeted out that Matthew Boyd actually has better numbers against righties than he does lefties.
Oh.
I don't. Again, three starts this season, but it's about 100
but
points
didn't you
higher.
say Oscar Gonzalez had decent numbers against him?
Yeah.
So he could DH.
He could DH. I think, if Yuli's out there, that means they're trying to squeeze any bit of juice out of him at this point.
But you leave Arise in for sure.
Yeah,
so
Arise
if
is
he's
in
at first. That means Yuli's not in. If
Yuli's
Oscar's
not in,
DH.
exactly. So, but your outfield's it's got to be some iteration. It's got to be Connor Joe and left. Got to give him a start. Give him 4 ABs tonight and let him make up for what happened last night.
You get Jose in there though.
Yeah, second base.
Okay.
Yep, second base.
Yeah, all right. Because Jake's out, of course. Yeah,
second
he's at
base.
second.
Manny will be at third. Xander will be at short. Arise will be at first.
Who's Nick Pavetta's catcher? They've been pretty consistent with keeping catchers together.
I would guess Diaz
with pitchers,
today.
Probably Diaz.
I would guess Diaz behind the dish, and I'm going to say Jay Hay back out in center, and Toddy in right, and left field Connor Joe. That's my guess, but knowing Schulte, you might want to get Tyler Wade a look.
Sometimes the day game after the night game, Schulte likes to get a regular off his feet.
You could do Tyler Wade at third and Manny at DH, but that's really.
But then you need Hayward in the center.
That's right.
But you could see that for sure.
We'll see.
I don't know. Has Xander even taken? You could put Wade at short and give Xander a day off his feet.
Rory Boy brings this up. He says, "Does JD Martinez fit this team?" I feel like if Yuli Gurriel fits this team, then JD Martinez absolutely fits this team. He is still working out, looking for a major league job, and he is a designated hitter only at this point in his career, and has been for a while. I think he'd be a decent fit. I just don't know how much he is going to command at this time. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what Schulte does today.
I know you like early baseball as well.
Oh, I do.
Braves Blue Jays starts in 7 minutes, and it will be the season debut for Spencer Strider. First time back in what? It's been a year since he's pitched. Looked really good in his minor league rehab. Like 13 strikeouts in his last minor league rehab.
He struck out like 11 in a row at one point. Like he is feeling pretty good. Excited to see. I'm not a Braves fan by any stretch, but I am a Spencer Strider fan, and I love watching that dude throw. So,
and if you have the MLB app, that is the free game of the day.
Nice.
As well on MLB.tv.
Very nice.
So,
did you see what the Pirates drew yesterday? 7,000 paying fans, 8,300 people total. That's insane to me.
Guessing the Padres will do better than that today.
Actually, they'll more than double it.
We talked earlier in the week how they always put Skeens
He's
on
always
Mondays.
on a Monday.
I mean, if he threw on a Friday home game, like what does the attendance even look like?
12.
12? Yeah, right?
I mean,
sad state of affairs.
It is.
All right, that is it for us. Baseball at 1:05, pregame at 12:05. Braden, until then, for Paulie Reindl and Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. From all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.